Okay, there's no thunderstorms. There's no more thunderstorms. No more thunderstorms. We're knocking on wood. We're happy. We're healthy. We're not saying things to be worried about potential things going wrong. We're not saying anything. We're not saying it. We're not gonna worry about it. None of that. None of that. None of that. You hear me? Wind wakey wakey, wind wakey wakey, come on, it's time for school. Aren't you ready for school? Anyway, we're gonna undeafening in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening.
Hello.
And how are we doing on this Monday evening?
Well, it's 106 outside.
Holy shit.
And I'm miserable.
Oh my god. Ugh. That's hot. And not in the fun way.
Yeah, it's gonna get hotter.
Ugh. Ugh.
I have also made the mistake of getting into Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah.
And it was the worst decision of my life.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't, because I only have so much time for so many videos. And
basically, imagine if Zelda and Elden Ring had a baby with D&D 5th edition.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna say a hot take. I'm gonna start stream off with, like, a surprising spicy take. The more I think about D&D, like, the less and less I'm appealed by it, you know? Like, it just doesn't appeal to me that much. Like, I don't know if it's just people preaching the gospel about D&D and, like, everyone being like, wow, this game is awesome and great and I love it. Like, I don't know. I just haven't resonated with it.
What you need to understand is that D&D, okay, in Baldur's Gate, it is specifically Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, yes, but when you hear people talk about D&D, they're not necessarily talking about the system. They're talking about the whole tabletop RPG experience.
Right. They're talking about playing games with their friends.
Well, it's not just playing games with the friends. It's so many different aspects mixed together. It's writing, it's role playing, it's gaming, it's socializing. It's really, I don't know. It speaks to me on a very, very different level than a lot of people, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
no, I get that 100%. I think my issue with it is just, like, it's just kind of expected that, like, I know how to play it, and it's like, I've tried learning how to play it, it just doesn't really appeal. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't had the right circumstances or whatever, but, like, it's just not... It's weird, because I am the type of person who enjoys doing long-form improv, but, like, every time I hear people talk about it, or, like, it's their front and center personality, like, they're a creative who, at the same time, like, their main form of creativity comes from D&D in some capacity. It's just like, that's great. I'm very happy for you, but, like, I do not resonate with that at all. And I don't want to say it's isolating or off-putting or whatever, because, like, you know, everyone should be able to do the creative things that they want to do, but, like, I just come away from it a lot of the time being like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
Give me the map. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, it's just the expectations that people put into it. For me, like, I get it. I really get it. I've played D&D a couple times. Like, I've played in a campaign. I've done some one-shots. It's just, like, not... I don't know. I've never quite resonated with it, so I don't know.
That's all right.
Mother and child aisles. They say that the inside is the ring of the rock that makes up the perimeter of this island. Beautiful fairy. Oh, there's a fairy. Take a whirlwind and drop in. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So I'm admittedly not doing, like, a ton of the story right now. I'm kind of just, like, exploring, you know? Like, I'm...
Has the weather at least calmed down?
Yeah, it's now, like you, it is humid and warm. The
I
weather in
hate
my
this
place.
weather. I'm so sick of this weather.
Is that the Forsaken Fortress off in the distance? I think it is.
Um,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So why don't we
I'm
go north?
also I'm also super depressed because I'm dieting, and so I found these keto cookies.
Hmm.
And I mean, just those words together should depress anyone.
That does sound pretty depressing. I don't know.
Like
What's your
they're
take on keto? Tell me about that
it works
experience.
really well for me. I lost 100 pounds on it.
Holy smokes. Okay. There you go.
Um, but I'm trying to lose more.
Hmm.
I used to be like rail thin, and then all of my health issues happened, and pain medication does things to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, about 2 years ago, I lost about 100 pounds of what I had gained from pain medicine on keto,
Okay.
and it worked great. So I'm trying to do it a little bit again. I haven't gained it all back, but I definitely have slipped in my diet. I don't know if it's the healthiest thing in the world or not, but
I admire that you're willing to try and be the person you want to be, you know? Like, I think that that's
yeah.
really important. Even if, like, it is tricky and sometimes you have failed or not succeeded or struggled or whatever. Like, oh no, there's bombs! Dang it. Like, I think that there's a lot of really important things to consider and, like, take away. And I think that it's really important and cool that you've been, like, able to sort of work towards that goal and be who you want to be, you know?
Trying. What I really want to be is that fish.
I want to be a fish. Oh, look, it's the Twinkle Star Island. Oh, man, look at Link. He's just cool. He's just, like, standing there, having a good time. The handy arrow that can freeze anything. What would you do with a frozen monster? Throw more bait, and that's that. I have not really done keto or a major diet. Admittedly, like, this is gonna sound really stupid. A lot of my diet habits have happened, like, accidentally. Where, you know, there was the one time where I was accidentally vegan. That was, like, weird, but...
Alright, I'm gonna need some details on that.
Okay. Essentially, in the summer, like, 2018 and 2019, you know, when, like, you're a struggling college student who lives with 4 other guys, and, like, you know, there's not a lot of space in the fridge, and, like, you know, food's really expensive, and, like, I don't know. You sort of get the way in life where, it's really easy to pick the cheapest available options in cafeterias that max my food. And I worked at the university hospital. This was, like, in college I had that job. And so, like, I would go get lunch, and, like, the salad bar was easily the cheapest thing, right? And I don't like cheese in my lettuce, you know? Like, I don't like that. I don't really like the friggin' store-bought shredded cheese, you know, the type. Like, Shane is very anti-shredded cheese because it's, like, it's got, like, the anticoagulant cellulose coating, which is, like, very, very reasonable. But the idea was that, you know, that was very affordable, very, very cheap. And then I would also get, like, the lo mein or whatever, because that was, like, a food that was, easily accessed, and the protein was, like, more expensive. So I just got, like, plain noodles and, like, the vegetables that they had with those. And then for breakfast, usually during those days, I would eat, like, toast and peanut butter and, like, mini wheats, because I'd, like, walk to class every day, you know? Like, when you have big class at the start of the day, it's easier to put your cereal in a bag and just go. And then, like,
That makes
usually...
sense.
Oh, big hole. Hello. And in that time, like, you know, I'm an undergrad, so I have to study a lot, too. So usually I'd go to Quick Trip afterward, which is, like, basically the convenience store of the Midwest, like the upper Midwest. And I would just get I'd get a vegetable platter, throw away the dill. Whoa, that was weird bomb physics. Throw away like the dill ranch sauce because I don't like white, savory, creamy stuff. And then I'd also get like 300 milligrams of caffeine, so I would do a lot of that. Oh, hello. And essentially, there we go. Ooh. Essentially, that was my diet, you know? Like, I was eating that. And, like, it wasn't the healthiest, but I had enough energy at the very least. Hey, Mom, how are you? And so, like, that was kind of what I was eating in college, and it was fine. I just, like, didn't really... I don't know. Like, when you have 4 gallons of milk in the fridge and none of them are yours... It doesn't make sense to drink any of them, right? And it also doesn't make sense to buy a 5th gallon of milk, so I didn't. So, like, think about that. Mini wheats and peanut butter toast for breakfast, and then, like, a salad bar, lo mein, and maybe, like, another vegetable for lunch. Like, enough to, you know, feel good about it. And then, like, vegetable platter and protein bar for dinner. Like, I was basically a vegan. So that's kind of the funny. That's the funny biz of the day. And that was like how I just like ate for a lot of junior and senior year of undergrad. Was it the healthiest? No. I can guarantee this because a lot of my energy came strictly from caffeine. Is that the worst thing? Maybe.
Probably.
How do I... Right, I kill these guys by doing... What again? I should throw them up there, maybe. I should throw you up.
You don't kill them.
Oh, I can't get up super high. What do I do in here?
I'm trying to remember this room.
I don't remember it. So yeah, like, that was my diet in college, and it worked out okay. Like, I'm gonna be real. There were worse things. I did not put on, like, I maybe put on a freshman 15 in, like, a general sense. Oh, you could kill them by throwing them at each other. Like, I put on a little weight when I went to college, but I wouldn't say, like, I put on, like, a whole freshman 15, you know? Like, I was pretty good about, like, eating relatively healthily. Or at least,
this like the
not
thing,
alcohol.
Is this like the question of, if you punch yourself and it hurts, are you strong or are you weak?
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of both.
How will you kill the last one, though?
Carefully.
I started gaining weight in college the very moment I realized that you could just go to the grocery store and buy a cake.
Yeah, you can do that.
Like, I remember being completely shocked at the fact that I was, you know, I lived on my own finally, and I was at the grocery store, and I was in the bakery, and I saw cakes, and I'm like, wait, you can just buy a cake.
Yeah. It
doesn't have to be a birthday or Christmas or anything like that. You can just buy a cake.
Yeah, true. For me, it was
like,
pie and jelly beans. Yeah.
This is bad knowledge for me to have.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man, I cannot believe I am an adult and I am responsible for making my own meal decisions. Like, admittedly...
No one can tell me not to have bacon.
Right, no one can tell you that, like, you shouldn't eat, like, ice cream cake every day of the week. You could. And it's like, if that's what you want to do and that's how you want to live, like, I'm not going to tell you not to, right? Like, but that's the thing. No one is going to tell you not to. And I think that's really important that a lot of people don't learn. And, like, eventually, I think, ultimately, like, living on my own, I also learned, like, what my dietary habits are and, like, what is generally workable for me. But, like, you know, when I went to the Survivor casting call back in the day, it was like, when I made myself a peanut butter sandwich and, like, carrot sticks and, like, a granola bar, right? Like, everyone asked me, like, oh, are you plant-based? And I was like, what does that mean? And it was just like, oh, well, I guess it's just that I happen to be eating what some people would consider a vegan diet. And like, again, look, if you want to and are able to, and like, as long as you're not trying to impose your will on everyone else, like, it doesn't really matter too much. Within reason, like, as long as you're maintaining a good relationship with yourself and your body, then like, that's the most important thing. So,
are you plant-based? Yes, I'm a dryad.
Yeah, it's true. I eat mushrooms and only mushrooms. I had my first mushrooms on pizza today. I don't like mushrooms. Like, first... Oh, it's a piece of heart. Cool. Very cool. That's a good one. Okay. Yeah. Like, Supreme Pizza. We had that for lunch today at the group meeting. But, like, you know. Here's the other thing, too. Like, in college, I did not order pizza every day because that costs money. And I didn't do that. Are you plant-based? Yes, I'm made of plants. So true. The tree is withering. I can't give it salt water. I gotta give it the tree from the Korok Woods. Maybe when I get a fast travel. I'm sure that will never happen in this game, huh? Right? Never. There's definitely no fast travel in this game. I know there's fast travel in this. Mom made a nice veggies and ham quiche for dinner tonight. Heck yeah, Mom. That's great. I made scrambled eggs. But last night I made a stir fry. Like, last night, we went out to Meijer. We bought ourselves, like, a zucchini, some peppers, some onions. We had, like, this beef sous vide thing from Costco that we've been meaning to use. And I just made stir fry. And it was, like, basic and easy. And it was like, I made it. And that's good. And I feel really good about it. And we made leftovers so I can have it for lunch this week. So I don't have to spend over $10 on, oh my god, on Panda friggin' Express because they, okay, can I rant about this for a bit? Do you mind if I rant?
It's your stream.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure but, okay, so here's the deal, right? On my campus, there are only so many places where I can get food for lunch during the summer, right? Like, there are only so many places, and there's a singular, like, commons area, or like a union, if you will. And it's just very basic, it's very small. During the semester, they have, like, lunch options that are pretty, I don't want to say, like, easy, but they're not terribly hard to do. They're like, they have rotating stuff, and that's great. Problem is it's staffed by undergrads. Hey, Sigma, how are you? And so, the fact that it's staffed by undergrads means that during the summer, when there are no undergrads, they are not open. And so, I am out here, like, trying to figure out what to eat, and beyond that, there are only 3 places to eat. And one of them is a poke place, and, like, I'm just not a fan of poke. Like, I'm not a fan of poke bowls. I understand that, like, for some people, they really like them. I am not a fan of them, right? Like, I just don't care for them that much.
I don't even know what they are.
It's like a fish rice thing. It's like not sushi,
okay,
but it's very sushi adjacent. And
gotcha.
I just am not a big fan of them. And that's fine. Like, I don't have to be. The problem is the only 2 other places they have... Oh, okay. It's like...
Finding everything.
Right, so there's an gyro place, which is great, except for the fact that a single gyro without fries, like a standard gyro, is $8.59 before tax and tip, and they ask you, do you want to tip? And when the thing asks me, do I want to tip, what am I gonna say, no? Like, I mean, come on. I'm a very, like, I don't want to rock the boat Midwesterner. It's not like I have a choice in the matter. And that ends up coming, like, if I tip 18%, that comes to $12. Like, $12 for 1 euro. Oh, damn, Link, jumping right in the boat. Good on ya. So, okay, so that's $12 for a euro. It's not bad, but the problem is that they changed where they got their lamb from, and as a result, like, it tastes really fake. And it sucks, too, because I like their gyros. Their gyros are good. But, like, I can't in good conscience buy a single gyro for $12 and not be like, this is the most amazing gyro on the planet, right? So I'm not going to do that. Which leaves Panda Express. And Panda Express, before I went to grad school, I had not eaten Panda Express once. I was, like, not a fan of Panda Express. I did my best to, like, not be a Panda Express enjoyer. You know? Like, I'm just not, like, the type of person who went to Panda Express that much. But I'm like, okay, fine. If this is the only thing that's there, at least I could get their plate for under $10. Like, that's my metric. Not getting a drink, not getting a side, literally just getting an entree and, like, or the way that they do the plates, because that is enough food for me. And, like, I just have to be okay with that, I guess. Oh, a fairy fountain. Hello. I'll continue this in a moment once I understand what the heck it is I'm looking at. Fairy fountain, okay. Very cool. Also, am I on the right mic for you? I just realized.
I think so.
I am not. Now I am.
You sound normal to me.
Okay, well, now I'm different. And so, Panda, yeah, awesome. I was glad to hear it, thank you, Baby Shay. It's like, when I go to Panda, like, I like getting the plate, because it's like a good amount of food. Oh, hell yeah, 1,000 rupees now? Let's go. And essentially, I get whatever I want, and it's good. They raised the prices at Panda, so now, like, the normal size that I like to eat is over $10. And, like, the quality of the food has gone down. Like, the teriyaki chicken that I get is almost always gristly.
Oh, what? You got a letter.
Oh, a letter?
Go back. There's a mailbox.
Oh, hello, letter. Let's go talk to you. Blah, blah, blah. Good evening. One letter for Slovakia. Here is your letter. I like how it's a
It's a check for Slovakia.
We are trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Oh my god, it's... Wait.
I was about to say.
Wait, this actually is... Okay. If you're interested, go to shop ships near Rockspire Island. Where's Rockspire Island?
I don't know. I mean, I do, but...
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the map.
Don't forget to open up your treasure maps.
I will.
There it was. You passed it.
Okay, so Beetle charts, cool. Tingle charts, okay. Wait.
Less cool.
Oh, I'm on the fairy island. Yeah, okay, I see. Tingle's like, there's a great fairy here. Anyway, so, like, what it boils down to is that now I literally cannot get food that is substantial for under $10 at my local, like, university union. And that means that I have to make food at home to, like, bring and reheat, and it's not something that I've done very often, if at all, and so it's a very new experience, and I'm very not pleased by that fact, but, you know, I guess now that I have, stir-fry that I can bring for lunch or whatever, it's like, it's just annoying, because, like, they're like, oh, you can eat at Pierpont, and it's great. And I'm like, yes, but also no, because where... Oh, there's the fish boy. Hang on. Hello.
If you hear some clanking, it's because I'm about to be cooking.
All good, all good. It's like, I want food, and I want to do that, but then groceries are expensive too. Like, I just hate that part of being an adult, where, like, I have to spend money on food, and it's, like, super duper expensive.
For me,
it's so stupid.
The thing I hate the most is that I not only have to spend money on food, but I have to spend money on food and eat it within a specific amount of time or it goes bad.
Right, that too. It's like, oh man. And then pre-processed and packaged food is like bad for you. It's just like, what the fuck is this?
What is bad for you now?
I don't even know. I don't even know what's bad for me. I just like eat food and then run 20 miles a week.
Honestly, it's a crock, and we should complain to management about it.
I should. I want to speak to the manager. Yeah, also, isn't Pierpont like $10,000 for a glass of water? It's not cheap. Like, I bring a water bottle everywhere I go now. My company subsidized like half of the cost of our lunchroom, so delivered brief space to $6! 6? Are you kidding me?
$6 for water? Not down here.
Oh. Look, I am still very excited about getting that. Oh, geez, Dad is rolling your eyes at you. We've fed you for 18 years. I know, and I'm very thankful for it. And now I'm having the harsh realization that life kind of stinks.
But they fed you during a period of time where those 18 years cost what 1 year costs to live on now.
Mom, here is my defense. For at least 15 of those years, I was legally not able to work.
Wait, your mom is in the channel?
Yes, my mom is in the chat right now.
Hello, Voltage's mom.
Behave yourself. No, like, okay, maybe let's bring it down to 13, okay? 13 years, couldn't make money, but, you know, that's the thing. I guess if I lived in Iowa, you know, nowadays I could work. We went to a Safeway in Decorah, Iowa, right for 4th of July. And, like, they had kids who were definitely, like, 13 years old just working there. And their whole job was literally like, here, I'll bring your cart out to your car for you. And then
they still do that here in Texas.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll load your groceries into your car, and then I will take the cart back into the store. And that is their whole job. And it's, like, cool. It's just funny to hear you whine about cooking food. I've been cooking for 50 years. Well, that's good. I'm very glad. I'm going to be cooking for 50 years too. But, like, you know, I
don't plan to live 50 years.
I'm gonna live 50 years from now and die at the age of 73. No, I hope not. That would be bad. Look, I do know how to cook, and it's fine. It's just like the process of bringing a lunch to a workplace. 5 and 1 east, you'll find Ice Ring Isle. I'm gonna make you heavy as a stone. Okay, cool. Interesting. So it's like, I haven't had to bring...
finding all the secrets today.
I'm just like, I'm clearing out the map, you know? I'm doing
You're in the zone.
I think it's really neat and important, and, you know, I'm being a little bit of a completionist, not entirely. Like, the game is opened up to me, and I'm like, you know what? This game is meant to be comfy.
Have you been playing this off stream?
No.
Did I miss a stream?
No.
Huh.
So yeah, before you explore the whole map, yeah, I'll take a hint. Just don't spoil the game. I definitely have... Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet, because this is the blustery zone. Yeah, because watch this. I'm gonna get out, and I'm gonna get blown away.
I won't tell you what you need here, but you're not supposed to be here yet.
Yeah, I need the iron boots.
You need the iron boots. You know, it's kind of deceptive for you to put on first playthrough on the channel description and then know the answers to the puzzles.
I am not lying. It is my first time playing this game.
Uh-huh.
There's a sale that makes you go noom.
This is my first time playing Wind Waker HD.
It's also my first time playing Wind Waker in general.
Well, then how do you know you need the iron boots?
Because when I was like 12 years old, I watched Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of Wind Waker, and like, that is a hard thing to forget when he gets the iron boots and he goes da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Also, it's a Zelda game, and like, you've played one Zelda game, you kind of know the conventions in all of them at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that is one reason why they're so good.
How do I get rid of this like mini bit? I don't care for it.
Mini bit?
This, you see how this square is like lit up? You know, when I'm hovering over a specific square in general, it's like, I don't want that right now.
Could it be because you've got that treasure chest treasure chart?
Never mind. All good.
What was it?
I just had to press A a couple times. Yeah, I just had to press the A button. Well, gamepad, I think you would tap. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, the point being, wrapping up this thought and this rant about food and its costs and everything, like, all through my youth, I never did. Voltage's mom is signing off to have a healthy, delicious healthy dinner. Love you, sweetie. Love you, mom. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, Dad. Hope you're well. The thing is, I never brought lunch to school, and I never, like, really was... I always got school lunch or some capacity from, like, elementary, middle, and high school, and I would always sort of just, like,
Take it for granted?
Yeah, I guess. Take that for granted a little bit, and then, like, I never really ate consistent meals in college in the traditional sense once I didn't have, like, the dining halls. Because I didn't really go to the dining halls between sophomore year of college and like graduating. Like I only went there freshman year. And so when I was living alone, I was also working from home most of the time. So this is like the first time in my life where it's sort of like, hey,
your responsibility to feed yourself.
Exactly. Well, not necessarily feed myself generally, but during the day.
Right.
So that's kind of the new experience that, like, as an adult, I am learning. Okay, so this is Windfall. There's a sale that makes you go in the auction in Windfall. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get.
Yeah, you can go do that now.
This is a fine, high quality rent. You would make a fine professor. Well, thank you. I'm glad that I could, like, you know. I that's a fun actually story I have for coming up. But like, I'm glad that I could find something to talk about instead of nuclear physics for a half hour, and then reach the half-hour part in class and be like, oh crap. Sorry, let's get back to the topic at hand. Beetle! Beetle! No! Come back! I need you!
Isn't everything at some point related to nuclear physics if you talk about it long enough?
I mean,
though?
honestly, that is part of my job, is to find ways to connect nuclear physics to everything else in the world. So you can even talk about nuclear. What's your favorite decay process? I am a fan of gamma ray emission. I love gamma decay.
Okay.
It's great. Beetle, give me some fish food.
Oh! Thank you!
Thank you! Thank you!
Like, what do you think Beetle and Tingle did to be reincarnated alongside of Link?
They were cursed by evil calamitous forces. No doubt. Me?
That's what you're going with, huh?
You can gog. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the other thing. At the group meeting today, going back to that professor thing, I'm gonna be teaching a lecture, like a real honest-to-God classroom lecture in September. That's gonna be kind of, like, thrilling for me.
That'll be fun.
I've given a lecture before on, like, the physics of gamma rays, so it's not like I don't know how to do it, but it's my first one in person, and I'm kind of really excited for it. Like, my professor, who's going to be teaching it's away at a conference thing at Oak Ridge National Lab, so, and I'm the grader for that class this semester, so it's like, it's kind of like, how do I phrase this? I'm the substitute teacher. And
I've done that before. When I was in college, I got to teach a class.
oh hell yeah, what'd you teach?
I taught basic 3D animation with Maya.
Oh, that is cool. Where is the auction house, by the way?
Do you remember the island where you first met the boat?
I'm on it. Oh, well, there you go. That's an answer.
Oh, sorry. I was stirring the taco meat, so I wasn't seeing the screen at
it's
the
just
moment.
funny. I asked, where is the auction house? And I talked to an NPC. He's like, by the way, it might interest you to know that I'm renting out the first floor of my home as a so-called auction house.
The auction stuff is kind of fun. I would suggest doing a hard save before you start it, though.
Yeah, I don't want to lose money.
And
money.
This is all right. I don't normally advocate save scumming, but you should totally save scum this.
You bet. You bet.
Especially because your Wii U is special and has a fast reload button.
It sure does.
It's the only Wii U like it. I can't believe
my
Nintendo let you
uncle
have
works
it.
at Ningrundo, and he gave me a special edition Wii U.
Your uncle does work at Nintendo.
I
Your
actually
uncle
have two stories about that. But to wrap up the story about this lecture, essentially I'm playing substitute, and I'm going to be giving a lecture on nuclear physics for a bunch of undergrads. And I'm very excited about it because I think it's really important to demonstrate my learning by being able to teach others. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The other thing is that I actually, Mom was very cool, and let me go to PAX Prime, back when it was PAX Prime, now it's PAX West. And essentially, wait, I'm completely not fine. Okay, let's just that. So we went to Nintendo of America because Mom had connections with their media department, right? So I've been in, like, Nintendo of America, and I went there at, like, age 14, you know? And we went into the studios where, do you know those Wii U commercials where they're, like, in the cubes, and it's, like, just, like, a color of a cube, and it's lifeless, more or less, like, it's like, here's a console, you know? We were there, in that studio. They didn't have the Wii U on site, but we were in that space. And, like, we were on that soundstage, my mom, my cousin, and I, back in 2012.
That's awesome. I've been to Nintendo headquarters, but it was before that. It was like at during the GameCube era.
Yeah.
I attended summer school at DigiPen Institute of Technology.
I've been to DigiPen. I loved DigiPen, but I didn't go there. That's awesome.
And as part of the whole attending classes there, you got to tour Nintendo headquarters and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see those things you were talking about, though. I don't know if they didn't. I don't recall if they didn't exist back then, or if that just wasn't part of the tour.
Yeah, so Mom and her colleague. Oh, a piece of heart. I gotta get that. Mom's colleague showed us, like, all the studios and sound stages, so we didn't, like, get to go up into the treehouse or anything. But, like, you know, we got to see it around, and that was cool. And then later that day, we toured DigiPen, because my cousin wanted to, like, do it as, like, a college tour, you know?
DigiPen was really neat. I made a jet ski racing game.
Am I mashing this?
You can't really mash it. It's a little hard to explain. There's a reason why this system has never made a return in any video game ever.
What is this?
I just love the shit look on Link's face when people outbid him. He's just like, I'm not saving you when Ganondorf comes.
What is... Do I have to mash this? This is
weird.
No.
It's a bar saying when you can bid again. Like, the bar has to be full for you to place a bid.
But I mashed it. Like, I was pressing A and it was going up.
Right. You're basically mashing it. The trick is you want to mash it to fill the bar up, but you don't necessarily want to overmash it because you might not want to bid the second the bar is filled.
Right. Okay,
but
that makes sense.
It's basically a timer thing where you need a turbo controller. That's what you want.
The game.
Do you have this much? Do you have enough money? I hope you have enough money to get the sale.
If I don't, I can just go farm.
Farming in a Zelda game?
Farming.
That's absurd. Next, you're going to tell me that cutting down the grass can give you rupees.
No, come on, you stink. You stink! Why are you doing that much? Oh, wait, there's only 21 seconds left.
See, from what I remember, the strategy is to not bid super high, super fast, because most of the other characters won't try to outbid each other. They'll only try to outbid you.
Yeah.
With certain exceptions. Like, they will compete against each other just to keep jacking up the price, but you're the one they're really trying to outbid because you look weird.
Okay, so there's 10 seconds left. What did he say? 10, 9, 8, or 9, 8, 7, 6.
I'm excited. I got fresh
5,
taco meat and
4,
taco mix, and like
3,
this will be lunch for 3 days.
2, 1. Yeah, look at that, like right on there. Holy shit.
Good job.
That's kind of crazy. Okay. Okay, 179. No one's gonna upbid me with 1 second left. Let's go. 179.
Don't forget to save before the next auction.
I will. The rule of thumb is to increase the bid by 10's place plus 1, so if the current is a 13 bit, get a stun. Okay, yeah, that... yeah. Okay. I think I get that, but yeah. You want to keep it 10% of the current bid, the audience gets stunned from 10 to 15 seconds. Got it. Okay, so it's like a stun thing. That's fine.
Right, you basically want to shock the audience into being like, oh my!
Oh my!
And like waving their paper fans, their cloth fans.
Oh my. They're using like their auction signaling thing. as like a fan go like,
I think it'd be hilarious if like some of the villains were in the auction with you.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Like they're just here. Ganondorf is just here trying to buy stuff.
Goma, what are you doing here? But yeah, okay, that's a weird system. Not a big fan of it.
No one was ever a big fan of it. It's actually improved from the GameCube release.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the GameCube release, it was just sort of like, I mean, like the overall mechanics were the same, but it just felt clunkier.
Okay.
But the thing is, other than see, I'm trying to remember exactly how to describe this. One of the big problems with the GameCube release was the Triforce Hunt.
Yes, I have heard that.
And I don't recall if you needed a C chart from the auction or not for the Triforce Hunt in the GameCube version. It's been too long.
How do I sell?
Talk to Beetle.
Got it. How do I... Oh, do I have to present it to him? Hold on.
Oh, I
see. Where's my magical spoils bag?
You equip it.
Yes. I could sell a couple things.
Oh, no, you don't equip it.
This is something I could sell to him, right? Let's find out. Do you want... I can buy up to 3. No.
I love how Beetle actually has a budget.
I mean, like, I think that's fair. I think that, like, shopkeepers buying your junk is, like, a cool trope when they say, like, I can't buy any of that crap. Yeah, it's good. I recommend keeping the Knight's Crest and the Blue Chew Jellies. Got it. You got it.
Yeah, keep the Knight's Crest and keep the butterfly pendants for now.
That's what I've heard. I've heard butterfly pendants are good. Is that a Knight's Crest?
Knight's Crest looks like belts.
Okay. I'm just gonna sell this green chew jelly. It's gonna be fine. There you go. There's probably like, what, 5
wait,
rupees?
it's the most important item in the game. No.
I can buy up to 13.
You can go, and if you go back to the forest temple, you can farm those right at the start.
Yeah, I might have to. I'm gonna try. Let me sell some red chew jellies as well.
But you can make potions with those.
But I'm not going. Okay, I could sell the this feathers.
Oh, Voltage! This taco meat is turning out great.
Hell yes, I love that for you. Erin made tacos on Sunday or Saturday, and they were excellent. Erin does a good job at making tacos. I love her tacos.
I think tacos are one of the most pure and wonderful foods in the world. What?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, what did I miss? You jumped off into the water.
Yeah, I know. Yep, sure did. We had a good taco jump for my plea for 3 years.
I'm sitting here cooking my dinner, and the laptop is like here next to the refrigerator, and I can lean back and see it, sort of. But
don't worry, I said something really stupid.
No, I can hear you the whole time. I'm on a headset.
No, I know. Don't worry about it. Let's go do this other one. Let's go to the auction, baby.
Hey, baby, I'm trying to do the auction again. You better believe it.
I'd love a modded version where, like, the auction just randomly has crack.
Just drugs. Link buys fentanyl from the Windfall Island auction house.
I mean, this seems like that kind of game, the kind of game that would have something obscure like that.
Yeah, Link buys ketamine. This is a treasure chart. Oh man, this isn't what I wanted. Whatever. I bid nothing. What's my research field? Nuclear chemistry, power generation, radiation detection. Radiation detection and measurement. I study gamma rays, how we can measure them, how they are interacting with matter. So I but I work on detectors that are made of cadmium zinc telluride, which is a semiconducting material, which is really good for radiation detection because it's able to be operated at room temperatures, whereas like the gold standard is a semiconductor radiation detector that needs to be cooled to cryogenic temperatures. Those are high-purity germanium detectors. And high-purity germanium detectors get the energy resolution of, like, the calibration peak from a cesium-137 gamma decay. The energy resolution it gets on that peak is about 0.2% energy resolution, which just means that, like, the spread of the peak about the height of that peak is 0.2%. So it's kind of hard to explain without having a visual, but essentially CZT has 0.31-ish% energy resolution of that same peak, and we're trying to get it lower and lower. And so what my research is partially doing that and partial, like, applications of that. So
And why are you trying to get it lower and lower?
Because lower the resolution percentage means that we are getting better precise measurements of the exact gamma ray energies, because we know that the gamma ray has 662 keV. So that's, like, essentially what it boils down to. Like, we don't have to worry about, how do I phrase it? Like, we want it to be ideally, in a perfect world, the gamma rays that we're detecting, that peak should be, like, exactly it, right? But sometimes gamma rays don't deposit all their energy, or, like, in some ways, like, energy is lost in the detection process. So energy resolution, it's spectroscopy. So are we measuring power or wavelength? We're measuring the energy of the photons, so that's going to be related to the wavelength of the photon. It's going to have very short wavelengths, very high frequencies.
So in other words, the energy output of gamma is not consistent, or at least the measurement of it is not consistent, and you're trying to do something that will give you a more consistent measuring?
What it's boiling down to is that every gamma decay has a characteristic energy of some degree, right? And we want to be able to measure those. And so sometimes if you have a continuum of gamma ray energies, you want to know what energies the gamma rays have, right? That's kind of the biggest thing. I am not spending 95, no way in hell I'm spending 100 rupees for a treasure chart.
Well, unfortunately, you have to buy things before the next item will appear.
Yes. There's no
and
sort of...
you want that sale.
Yeah, there's not sort of monochrometer. You can't determine the energy by the electric signature cadmium telluride surface. So, like, basically, we are able to determine the energy by the voltage that is, the amplitude of the signal that is generated. So it's a voltage signal. It's basically like the change in potential from one thing to the next. Do I have to buy this to get the sale?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't quote me on that, but I've played a lot of Zelda.
Okay, well, this sucks.
I seem to recall that you had to buy everything in order to get the sale.
Okay, well...
This is the last thing you should have to buy before the sale appears,
okay,
though.
well, I'm just gonna go back in and it'll be fine. Yeah, so essentially, like, we're trying to get the most accurate material measurements, or measurements from the material. The item on sale is determined randomly? Okay.
Really?
Well, let's see.
I don't recall that.
Let's see what we got here.
That would be a much better outcome.
Let's see what we got. So yeah, essentially, I'm working with radiation detectors. And so these detectors are really good at low energy, like below a couple keV, in the mid keV range, but above 1 MeV, above 2 MeV is where we need to start, like, getting material improvements. Joy pendant, I don't care about this.
Yeah, can you imagine the child that pays 120 rupees for a joy pendant?
Yeah, that's fricked.
It's just, like, how bad a day that must be.
That stinks. Yeah, I mean, a 2 MeV photon is nothing to sneeze at.
Stupid! I paid 120 rupees for a joy pendant. That's right, you are stupid.
I know. Yeah, 2 MeV photons are nothing to sneeze at. You're absolutely right, but we want to be able to know that they are 2 MeV and not, like, 200 keV, for example.
I assume that MED is a unit of measurement?
Yeah, mega electron volts. So it's like 1.6 times 10 to the 19 joules. So, like, something that is like on the order of a couple electron volts is nothing. Like, I did the calculation actually. Visible light has an energy of like 3 electron volts, I want to say. Like the highest energy visible light can have is violet light, and that has a wavelength of about 400 nanometers. And if you do the conversion from wavelength to energy, that is that's Planck's constant times c over the wavelength. And so
Or guy's really named Planck.
Yeah, Max Planck, P-L-A-N-C-K, P-L-A-N-C-K. And so if you just do that, where c is the speed of light, h is the Heisenberg constant, not Planck's constant, Heisenberg's constant, right? Hold on. What is h?
Planck sounds better.
H constant. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Yeah, no, it is Planck's constant. Heisenberg has a different thing. Never mind. Yeah, so it's like 6.26 times 10 to the minus 4 joule hertz. So it's like E equals hc over lambda. And so if you use 400 nanometers and you use the speed of light as 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second, it comes out to about 3 electron volts. Assuming I haven't messed up my math anywhere. And for an X-ray, you get, KeV is a better operating energy unit regime. So, yeah, essentially, you're right on the money, Trebuchet. Someone told me that it was an actual joule hertz, then it clicked the conversion because the frequency energy made everything. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, whenever I get stuck in physics-based problems, I just do unit conversions. Like, I literally just do, like, dimensional analysis. And that solves the problem, or at least elucidates where my issues are, like, 80% of the time. It is, like...
Elucidates is a fun word, isn't it?
It is such a fun word. But, like, it just reveals where my gap is. Like, when I was taking exams in undergrad for engineering courses and I was getting an answer I didn't quite believe, I would check the units. And if the units were wrong, I was like, ah, crap. This is not right. So, that was kind of fun. Zunari, quit giving this poor voltage worthless crap. Yeah. I'm just gonna back out of this. I want the fast sale. Give it to me. So yeah.
You might just bind, no, if you kept reloading the state, it would always be the same because it's randomized at load,
I think so. Yeah, my memory of engineering school exams is the one question thermo exam. Oh, God.
Sorry if you heard a bunch of crinkling and crunching.
You're good. I did, but it's okay. It wasn't that loud.
Sorry.
So yeah, the thermo, oh God, I had a one-question thermo exam, but I took thermodynamics in China, so in the span of like 3 months, not even.
Does this not look like a South Park roster?
It really does. Give it to me. Give me fast sale. Yeah, Swift sale. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, so
now you just have to remember not to lose.
I will do my best. So it's like you have to do 10% roughly of the 10% of the current bid. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, awesome. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, so I mean, like, I did fine in thermo, but like my skills were definitely in like applied math and the radiation interactions with matter. Like, I am not the type of person who was like good at nuclear like reactor physics, but I really, really enjoyed radiation interaction with matter. So we're gonna do 11. No, okay. Move. So 10.6.
And you want to do
11.
it? They said if it's over 13, above.
I did above 10%. So yeah, that's good. Yep, we should be good.
I think you should take the time to pickpocket all of them.
I should, shouldn't I? Luckily, I know how to do 10% in my head. 122. 125, okay. Okay, so I have 36 seconds. Okay, so we want 137, right? 12.5, so we want to add 12. We want to add 13. So yeah, yeah. We'll just round up. It'll be fine. I don't know how to... Literally just move the decimal point 1 to the left and round up. And that's how much you add. I think I'm gonna get this. After doing my PhD, I found Thermo beautiful again. It's Stockholm Syndrome with Dr. Sauer for a semester. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
I mean,
yes,
there
that
is
was a
also
real
the
one.
strategy of just bidding more so much that the others can't keep up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. If you go 153, okay, that's fine. Watch this. We go, so that's gonna be 15.3, so we add 16, so that's gonna be 170. Just bids in my head. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna mash again and just go up to probably 187. Oh. Yeah, let's just do it.
This could get
187.
bad.
Huh?
They're only going to be stunned for 10 seconds.
I know. I'll just mash in the meantime. It'll be fine. I got money to burn.
And soon you'll have an old sail to burn.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. I got it. I'm gonna do it. Whatever. I'll just do 200. I don't even care. I think that's a fair price.
It's mine! I can do the math in my head. Awesome. I'm so good. I'm very good at this video game. That requires me to do mental math.
I'm still amazed by the beauty of Maxwell's relations that dt over dv equals sub s. Oh yeah, those are real good. Maxwell's equations, they're great. Love them. You can do the 10. I can also do the 10% now. So like that's how I know how to tip. Is if you want to do a 20% tip, all you have to do, move the decimal point over 1, multiply that number by 2, and that it is. Hello, Devin Bernal. How are you? We're doing mental math, winning a fast sale, and life is good. I'm talking about my work, my research, my life. I'm starting year 3 of this PhD. Can you believe that, Rune? That's crazy. I cannot believe I'm starting.
How many years is a PhD?
It's usually 5-ish. Like, I will probably, this time, 3 years from now, I will be wrapping up. I will probably be defending my dissertation. Yeah. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing well. I mean, like, it's been a day, but, like, and it's gonna be a busy week, but you know what? That's fine. Okay. This week is really busy for me because I had a group meeting today. Tomorrow, I have, like, a end dinner, sort of, like, one of my group mates, he is going back to Brazil, and as a result, we are, like, throwing a going-away party, basically. And, ooh, there's a treasure chest right over here. Let's get out of this. And then on Wednesday, I have a group member who, she has her defense. Oh, I need to jump off. And then from there, on Thursday, we have a golf outing that I'm in charge of organizing that happens. And then it's Friday. So that's kind of like my week this week. But it's okay, because this week, it's weird, right? Like, I always feel I'm working really hard to shake the feeling of being defined by my progress towards my PhD. Because there is such a thing as, like, you know, doing executive service and, like, putting on things and volunteering. And, like, my advisor is very, like, conscious of that and very cool about that. And, like, how do I open you?
You can't open it yet.
Fuck! So it's like, this week I do not anticipate getting much research progress done. And that's okay, because 1, I'm doing a lot of other things that require my time. 2, the thing that I'm working on right now is literally learning how to use the detector systems such that I can be an expert with them, which means that I literally will be floundering around again for like long periods of time, just like accepting the fact that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And like, I just have to be okay with that, you know? It's like the weirdest ego death of my life, just knowing that like, you don't know this right now. You will know this, but right now, you don't. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And it's a very weird feeling. Like, it's like I know I'm in not the valley of despair on the Dunning-Kruger curve, but I'm very close to it. The only thing is I know that I'm going to learn, and I've literally been able to demonstrate my learning over this past month, and I'm just going to continue doing that. So, like, I'm fine. It's fine. You know, it's whatever. But it's...
I am perpetually in the valley of despair on the Dunning-Kruger curve.
I feel that. Like, the thing is, what I'm getting at here is that, like, it'll be okay. I know it is possible to learn because I have made it this far in life. It's just really hard to see it in the moment. Oh, there you go. So that's kind of like what my whole vibe is. And like, that is not always the greatest for your mental health. I'm gonna be real. Like, it is not the easiest thing to go into a place every day, struggle and like bang your head against a wall for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and like leave and be like, well, I guess that was the day. You know, like that's just how my days have been sometimes. But yet, every day, I just make a small incremental step. It's like chipping away at a brick wall. And before, I had a fork. Now, I've got a chisel. Soon, I'm going to have a hammer. Then, I'm going to have a sledgehammer. But I have to have a chisel first. That's kind of where I'm at.
That's kind of how it was for me with programming. After a certain point, I hit a wall, and I kept looking for tutorials and books, and I couldn't find anything that was up to the same level that I was. Mm-hmm. And so I just wasn't improving. And that's the point at which I realized, oh, I've hit the point where I have to start kind of making my own path.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you just have to trust yourself at some point. Because if you're not going to trust yourself, who else will? Anyway, I'm going to catch up on chat here. One of my dear friends in grad school is doing his PhD, defending his PhD in a week. He's kind enough to invite me after review his dissertation. Yeah, that's a big commitment, MM Trebuchet. I have, my colleague who is defending hers on Wednesday, I proofread 2 of her chapters. That is, and like, I really dug into them. And I feel like it's a good thing to do. And I've started understanding the power in, like, I keep a lot of really detailed notes. And I understand now the power of pre-writing your thesis in a way. Let's put it that way. Let's put the Komali Pearl. I don't have anything planned this week, only working up early for education. But hey, education's education. Yeah, making a good advisor has all the difference. Yeah. What's the mechanism of the detector? Like, you have the cadmium telluride crystal, but where do the voltages go so you can measure the current? Okay, so... quick correction, because cadmium telluride is slightly different. It is a slightly different kind of detector that also does work. But we found that doping it with zinc, or not doping it, but like making the compound cadmium zinc telluride makes it a lot more effective because it increases the band gap energy. All you need to know about that is that now it's really good at rejecting generation of electron hole pairs from thermal causes. So essentially what happens is, the material is a semiconductor material. What that means is that it only creates electron hole pairs, aka charge, aka electricity, if there is enough energy to jump a metaphorical band gap. It's like, think about how have you seen the Simpsons movie? You know how, when... There's a bit, you know, where Homer is trying to jump the Springfield Gorge. And he wants to start from a high enough position and have enough speed so that he can jump the gap. That is essentially what a band gap is. It's like the energy needs to be high enough so that there can be a generation of an electron hole pair from a quantum mechanism. Complicated business, won't go into it right now. The general sense is that cadmium zinc telluride has just a high enough band gap energy that it can operate at room temperatures. which is good. High purity germanium has a lower band gap. It's only got like a 0.84 electron volt band gap, meaning that if there is an energy deposition around 0.84 MeV, if it's a thermal event, if it's a radiation event, it will be able to jump the band gap, which means you have to cool it so that there's not thermal events being measured, if that makes sense. So cadmium zinc telluride is neat because of its band gap being just wide enough, you can reject a lot of just general thermal events. And that means that it's really good for doing gamma ray spectroscopy because
remember, with your new sail, you don't need to change the wind anymore.
Oh, I don't?
No.
Oh. Well, I'm going to do it for the vibes, at least on this one. It just means that essentially...
you're not using the new sail.
Not yet, because I was trying to control it. Essentially, what it means is that it's really good at getting... it makes electron hole pairs from lower energy things. So you can get a lot of information carriers, charge carriers, electron hole pairs. They're all the same. And the idea is that you can get a lot of them, and you can be very confident that they're all from radiation events. And this makes it very, very good for doing gamma ray spectroscopy, which is the process of measuring gamma rays and their energies.
I never thought a discussion on nuclear physics and gamma rays would start out with, remember the Simpsons movie?
I mean, it's kind of stupid, but like that is easily, in my opinion, the best way to describe a band gap. Because the band gap, you cannot exist in the band gap. You can only exist beneath the band gap or beyond the band gap. It's sort of like a restricted energies. And that's how computer materials work too, like silicon. Silicon is a semiconductor, and that's how you can use, that's how computers work. They send just enough like energy to send a signal. It's kind of like that. So that's the first step. They generate electron hole pairs. These electron hole pairs are sort of like dual particles. The thing about a hole is it's just the absence of an electron, meaning that you're taking an electron from one atom and moving it along, and it creates a hole. And that hole acts as a pseudo positive charge because electrons have a negative charge. So that's cool. You have a positive charge or a fake positive charge and a negative charge, which is neat. And so when you are working with those, they don't move unless there is an electric field applied across the material. So we apply a bias or a voltage across the detector system. And we reverse bias it, meaning that we apply a negative voltage such that the cathode is positively biased and the anode is negatively biased, so that all of the... it should be negative biased, yeah.
Negative voltage, is this your arch enemy, Art?
It is. Well, here's the thing. Potential differences, you can have a positive potential difference and a negative potential difference. It's like buoyancy, you know? When you put something too far under the water, eventually it's going to be pushed to the surface. It's like a similar thing to buoyancy. That's like a negative force. It's like buoyancy versus gravity. You know what I mean?
You need to have an identity on like another streamer platform called Negative Voltage and just stream totally different stuff.
Hey, I'm Negative Voltage. I'm going to play some League of Legends and get totally toxic.
I should do that. That's a good idea. That's a good bit. So that's how it works. We apply a reverse bias across our detector to move the electrons towards the anode. The anode is pixelated, and that design is essentially like chosen such that we can get really, really good spatial... we get really, really precise measurements of how it travels through the potential, the weighting potential across that. Long story. It's a very long explanation. This is like, it's a foundational but very complicated topic in radiation detection. It's called the Shockley-Raymo theorem, if you want to read it on yourself. My advisor is the guy who wrote the fundamental paper on how it's used in radiation detectors. So TLDR, I'm a giant nerd who is being taught by the person who kind of pioneered that paper. It's really...
No wonder you don't like D&D. You're smarter than most of it.
It's not that I don't like D&D. It's just that, like, I don't know. It doesn't scratch the itch for me the way it does for some people. You know?
How could you deal with stuff that's crazier than that all the time?
Look, okay, when I come home, my brain is practically off. What you're hearing is me struggling to, like, make this a coherent discussion of, like... Look, I'm not disparaging D&D. I want to make that very clear. I'm not disparaging that. I'm just saying...
I was just being silly.
No, I know.
I understand.
No, I totally get you.
saying.
You're so valid. I love it when people razz me. It's great. On my own stream, you can razz me as much as you want. But...
I wasn't razzing. I'm serious.
Okay,
You're
okay.
brilliant.
No. But I'm saying, like, my brain, at the end of a day, I don't have another 3 hours to just, like, commit to, like, now I have to figure out how a warlock works. You know, like... I'm sorry. Like, I can't help that. You know, it's like, yeah.
No, I get it. I was the same way in college, too, though.
Yeah. My current work is basically DNA.
You have to...
Or, I'm sorry, I'm reading chat, one sec. My current work is basically DNA is not an AM radio, but what if we try to tune it into one anyway? You gotta tell me what that research is like. That seems really cool.
You have to remember that I'm a little bit older than you, and
Yes.
I am at a point in my life where I have work and then I have disposable time.
Yes.
So my priorities are a little bit different.
And you know what? I respect you for that. I look forward to the day as well where, like, my disposable time is, like, I go to work and I come home and I don't think about it. And honestly, too, with the PhD, like, I'm very good at doing a separation of like, work and not work. You know, like, when I come home, very rarely am I working on my research. Like, if at all. I do not work from home. I go into the lab every day before 9. Like, I do my best to get into the lab before 9 a.m. Usually I try to get around 8:45, and I stay until a little after 5, and I work the whole time.
Is the fish getting fatter?
That would be weird.
I mean,
Oh,
you've been
no.
feeding it so much.
I know. Voltage is already using his brain's max capacity with research. He has no bandwidth to spare. I have a little bandwidth to spare. I mean, I'm able to talk, you know? Like, I'm able to understand things, but, like, you ask me, like, I used to be able to do homework after 9. Once I got to grad school, I realized there is no way in hell I can do homework after 9. Like,
No, because you're... Okay, I'm the type of person that when it gets dark outside is when my brain is the most alive.
Fair.
And so I didn't want to waste that part of my brain on homework.
That's true. Like, for me, see, I work best. I am at my most productive between the hours of 9:30, and, like, 1. From
PM?
1 p.m. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm not quite a morning person, but, like, I'm realizing more and more that if I want to do things, they often need to be in the morning. Because
it's so weird to be playing a Zelda game and not looking for Koroks.
Yeah. Because
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. Because, like, I would work out after doing homework in undergrad, and that was great because my brain literally just, like, discharged. I still do that now, but, like, it's a little... Now it's at, like, 6 as opposed to 10:45. So that's kind of fun. Let's read the chat here. Okay. Trebuchet's research. We're exploring ways to remove experimental biases from sequencing data. So we do an experiment to determine where DNA has some property. Let's call it openness. But the way we measure it, it has bias towards certain letters in the DNA. So yeah, more openness around alanine and thymine, less around cytosine and guanine. But this sequence bias is just experimental bias, not real biology. But we found that if we treat letter bias as a carrier signal in AM radio, that treat the actual openness as a data signal, the experimental result combining the bias with the actual biology is produced by the same theory that is used to mix the carrier. And oh, interesting. So it's like a convolution?
That almost sounds like serialization.
Interesting. Also, if you want to read a paper that I was recently a contributor on, second author, it's my first one, Babby's first research paper. I do in fact have a publication now, so that's kind of exciting.
That's awesome. Is it linked on your server?
It's not linked on the server just because it has my real name, but if you search like hyperpolarized helium-3 Like, in Frontiers in Physiology, I'm the second author on that. Yeah, it's very much convolution. Like, convolution theorem requires that the bias in biology have different frequency content. Thankfully, they do. Yeah, I'm published! Look at me! Ah! Yeah.
It's really good, though.
I have
It's more than
contributed.
most people can ever say.
I have contributed to the advancement of human knowledge. Hooray! So yeah, thank you for the redeem, Snake. You're very cool. So yeah, it's like hopefully my first of many, but like I have a conference presentation happening at IEEE in November this year, and like I feel pretty good about it. Like I'm doing the steps. Like all intents and purposes, I am on track. I am a good PhD student who is learning and growing and being given the space to experiment, fail, succeed, get up off the ground, scrape my knees, and also apply the Neosporin.
This sounds like the great start for a Netflix series.
Yeah. They'll write a friggin' biopic of me. Have you seen Oppenheimer?
I have not.
You should watch it. It's quite good.
I'll probably watch it when it comes to streaming.
Yeah, definitely worth it. I saw it in IMAX and I really enjoyed it. Definitely worth a watch. As a nuclear engineer, it was like, oh, I know who the spy is. 3 seasons.
I guess when you're dealing with a historic quote-unquote documentary, there are certain things that cannot surprise the audience entirely.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, who's the spy? And I'm like,
what are they gonna make?
Yeah, nuclear nerd by day, silly streamer at night. See, that unironically, unfortunately, this is also one of the reasons why I really have struggled to do meaningful voice acting, like audition and be in projects, because my brain dead. Not dead, but like, my brain is like a capacitor. This is going to be the nerdiest fucking thing I've said in a while. But my brain is like a capacitor. It needs to discharge and recharge. And it's like the exponential curve. When my brain is discharging, it discharges very fast. When it is recharging, it takes a long time to do so. But once I can hold it, if I can hold the charge for a while and keep that gate closed and keep the circuit going, the capacitor is functioning. There is voltage across the capacitor. Brain equals capacitor is about the nerdiest thing you've said in about 2 minutes. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, I literally go by voltage. A name I chose in high school. Alright, you fish boy, come here. I literally chose the name Voltage because it sounded cool, and it was the day in physics class we were learning about circuits. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I chose the name Rune for this handle.
Oh yeah?
Just because it sounded cute.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey
Look,
there.
it's
Hell
Julia, the other
He's
radiation
funny.
detection grad student.
I do not like detection. Do not put that evil upon me. I like plants.
Yeah, grad student
That's
is a
it.
disease. It infects us. We cannot escape the mental corruption. We shall be nerds forever. You missed it, Jillian. I literally just said my brain was a capacitor. I did that analogy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going around and I'm exploring for those of you who are tuning in. I have the pearls. I could go and put the pearls in the statues and whatnot. I'm not doing it just yet because I want to like explore. I'm vibing, you know? I'm allowed to vibe. It's my stream. I'm allowed to make mistakes.
You know, oh my god, I'm so drunk.
No, you're
I'm just
not.
I'm drinking soju, so it's a dangerous, windy road we're going down right now.
Oh dear. Anyway, let's see.
I do love the vibes of just going out in the ocean and just like chilling. You know, it's like I really like that's like was one of my favorite parts about this game. It's just
I believe
like
it's called being shipwrecked.
Oh no. Jillian was shipwrecked on a deserted island.
anyways, and that's why I'm today.
I'm 3 daiquiris in, but tomorrow is lab meeting and I don't have to present. Well, hell yeah. That's great. 3 daiquiris. Hell yeah. We're in the corner. We're in the corner. There's the fish. I see
That's
you.
me in the corner.
That's you in the fish.
How are you today?
Yeah, what's new
Jillian?
with you, Jillian?
I'm starting to apply to postdocs,
You're
or at least looking.
oh, no,
I'm looking.
postdoc.
I haven't really found anything yet.
Are you trying to be a professor?
No.
Why are you doing a postdoc?
But
Then?
I don't know, because it makes me scared.
Because getting a job makes you scared.
That was scary. Well, I don't know. It's like different. I'm looking at a lot of national labs, and it really does like differ national lab to national lab. Like at least for where I work currently, they were like, you need to do a postdoc. So that's also kind of like what I'm thinking. Yeah, but I realize I'm like almost a year out from graduation, which is like super crazy and weird. So
Yeah.
yeah.
MM
So
Trebuchet says, I also made the mistake of becoming a postdoc. It's like being a grad student without the sense of progress.
yeah,
Oh, no.
like they pay like now they're starting to pay better.
That's good.
Because I know that like, and I'm looking at universities, and I've been looking at some international universities.
Hmm.
So yeah, but like postdoc at university is a lot, not worse, but different than postdoc at national lab.
Oh, I bet.
So that's also why I'm like, okay, I probably wouldn't do a university postdoc.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's fun to look.
I told Erin she's allowed to punch me in the mouth if I unironically consider a university postdoc.
Oh, absolutely. I dated a guy who was a university postdoc, and I was like, you're getting severely underpaid for the work that you do. So.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's much to do here. Anyway, that's good. But yeah, I've been chatting up a storm related to my research. I literally told them about the magic of cadmium zinc telluride.
Oh my god. The magic detector that can do everything.
It's so good. Like, literally, all the national labs bought M400s.
Yeah. I mean, it is really good for a good reason. Like, it's very good at detection. But, I also bought Baldur's Gate, so...
Yeah, you and Rune both have.
Yeah,
I just started Baldur's Gate the other day.
I did it yesterday. I finally took the plunge. All my friends got it, and I was like, well, I might as well do bad financial decisions. I am. I'm so used to, like, going in and just, like, fucking balls to the wall fighting people. So, like, Baldur's Gate, like, because I played a Divinity Original Sin 2, and I realized I was like, oh, I have to actually, like, kind of use, like, my brain.
You gotta D&D it.
Yeah, so, like, I was like, oh, I have to, like, think about what I'm gonna do instead of just, like, going in and, like, you know. So, anyways.
You gotta, like, think about it, you know? You can't just, like, go in balls to the wall, guns a-blazing. Have you played Metal Gear Solid?
No.
I played the first couple maps of Metal Gear Solid on my birthday at the Michigan Video Game Library. I was telling Rune about this a little bit ago. And, like, that is a game where you explicitly do not want to fight anyone. You are, like, thinking, how do I not fight people?
I like it when games can take a concept like that and do it well.
It's cool.
I agree that, like, if that's, like, the main purpose of that game, I do enjoy it, but, like, I'm a big fan of, like, hack and slashes. Like, I just bought Diablo 3 because I'm poor. But, you know, I was like, okay, like, those kind of games where you just kind of go in and then you just go again, balls to the wall, fuck around, find out, and then get out.
Yeah.
Like, people would probably see me play, the way I play Fire Emblem would be, horrendous to some people. Because of the way
you
I
just
play.
Leroy Jenkins it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow, the water is, like, smooth here. Sorry.
Like, I was like, the way that, like, you should play, I just, like, make everyone a tank. Like, everyone can just take this damage. And they obviously cannot.
Rune, have you played which Fire Emblem games have you played, if any?
I have played 3 houses.
And only 3 houses?
And only 3 houses, I'm afraid.
That's okay. That's okay. Which route did you play?
I went Edelgard.
Oh, you went with Warcry Mommy?
Yes, I went with Warcry Mommy.
I played with one of my good friends, and I did Blue Lions, and he did Black Eagles, and I gave him so much shit for going Edelgard, because I played again the Black Eagles, which is like Dimitri's route, which is, yeah, but...
I played Blue Lions, and that one ruled. I loved it, and I haven't replayed it since.
I haven't played Hyrule Warriors, though.
Yeah,
like,
Sigma asked, do you like Hyrule Warriors?
I haven't played it. I like
You
it's
mean
on my
Fire
like
Emblem
list.
Warriors?
That's also
No,
one too.
it's like kind of like again that's like hack and slash games where you can just kind of like.
No, I
Just
know what
sports
you're talking
people.
about. It's just they also made a Fire Emblem one and a Zelda one.
Yes. But I haven't played either. I feel like they'd be definitely up my like. I just don't play my Switch that often. I've been like, which is crazy because I was so big of a console gamer when I was younger, and then
Got you hooked
I
on
got
the
my
Steam
PC,
Deck.
and now I have my Steam Deck. I was playing Vampire Survivors yesterday on it, and I don't play it as much as I should. It was like literally collecting dust, and I was like, "This is bad."
That is not good.
I paid way too much money for it to be collecting dust, but
I've recently started. I have another game to play on the Switch now. Now that I beat Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, I started Live Alive. And Live Alive is an RPG. It's like the HD 2D ones. It's really fun actually because, you know, I'm a hardcore gamer to some effect, but you know what? Sometimes, speaking about how my brain doesn't work when I come home from work, I like it sometimes when I don't have to think too hard about the game that I'm playing, right? And Live Alive's got this really cool feature on its minimap where literally you just follow where the orange marker is, and that's where you go to progress the story. But you don't have to go there. And you can also turn that minimap off if you want. So if you want the like old experience, you can have it. But if you want to just be told, okay, go here now, you can. And like, I like that. I think that that's nice. So I've been playing that. I finished one of... The idea of that game is that there are 7 characters with 7 like different stories, so to speak. And I assume that once you finish all of them, they all sort of converge. It's like Octopath Traveler.
it's Octopath Traveler.
But it was made in 1994.
Interesting.
And it was never released here because Nintendo hates us. Well, it's not Nintendo, but
Yeah. And I chose the near future route first, which ended up just being like Gundam, the Gundam route, basically, where you get in a giant friggin' robot at the end of it, and you beat like an ancient bird god. It's kind of hype. But like they had this idea of like liquefacted life forms and liquefacted humans, and I was thinking to myself like, wow, that sounds a lot like Ava. And then I remembered that this game came out in 1994, and the idea of like the LCL isn't until like 1998. So like that was like, whoa, huh, what that? I gotta find all the examples of liquefacted humans or liquefacted humanity in media. You know what I'm saying? Gotta figure that out. One pearl remains. So,
those islands are so freaking spooky when you're a child.
oh yeah? How so?
I don't know, just something about them really creeped me out.
Was it the glowing eyes? Whoa! This is fun. I get why kids like this. It's like, wow, I'm on a big adventure.
Yes, kids.
And adults. Oh, you know what I finished? You know what Aaron and I finished watching? We finished watching season 1 of White Lotus.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
We haven't seen season 2 yet, but season 1, White Lotus is like, and it's a TV show made by Mike White, who was Ned Schneeble in School of Rock. He was on The Amazing Race. He was on Survivor. He's a pretty fun guy. And the idea is that it takes place at this hotel called the White Lotus, and the idea is that everyone there is not having fun. They're like in hell, you know, and it's named after like the lotus eaters in Greek mythology, you know, like they can't leave because they just keep eating the white lotus or the lotus flowers, you know. And it's really quite astonishing how they managed to make every single character so fucking hateable. Like, they're just like, oh my god. I fucking hate Olivia Mossbacher so much, who is played by Sydney Sweeney. You know, like, I didn't think it was possible, but every time I saw Sydney Sweeney on screen, I was like, ugh, I hate you. If you know anything about Sydney Sweeney, that is a weird thing to say. And it was just
I don't know anything about Sydney Sweeney. I don't even know who they are.
You should look up Sydney Sweeney. You'll she's a very pretty actress. Let's put it that way. But in the show, she plays like a college sophomore who, like, is the type of person who, like, has a stylist to tell her what book to read while sitting next to the pool, you know? And so she's, like, reading Nietzsche. She's not reading Nietzsche, but she wants to appear like she's reading Nietzsche. And it's like, okay. And she always talks like this. And it's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh. And she's like, it's the performative activism. And, like, to prepare for the role, Sydney Sweeney literally listened to, like, Red Scare Pod to prepare for that, which is like, oh my god. Words cannot describe the weird, gross feelings I get whenever I think about Red Scare Pod. It's a weird pod. Don't like it that much. To put it very
Like
mildly. But she would listen to
podcast?
that. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a podcast by it's like scumbag, dirtbag left kinda, dirtbag leftist kinda bullshit. It's dumb. Don't worry about it if you don't know it. It's like your life is better if you've never listened to it. It's just like people being really stupid. But essentially, she would listen to them, and it's like, oh, I see exactly how that character was inspired, or like, the show starts off with a character named Shane, played by the guy who played Pete on the last season of The Office, and like, he's just this rich douchebag. Like, he's just like, he's genuine. He's
What game? What show was this?
White Lotus season 1.
Oh.
Like, it starts off with this guy Shane, and he's sitting in an airport in Hawaii, and people are asking him about his honeymoon, and he literally he looks at them like he's annoyed, and he's like, he fields their questions at first, and then at some point he's like, the couple asks him, oh, where's your wife? And he goes, I'd prefer it if you shut the fuck up. Like, he says that to their faces. And it's like, okay, geez. And then, oh, that thing just exploded. Oh, it's a little, that's cool. And then, like, you see that he's, like, this rich douchebag. Like, has never struggled for money. Has, like, his wife, like, he wines and dines his wife, but, like, basically he marries Alexandra Daddario. That's the actress who plays his wife. For, like, looks. He's, like, entirely into looks. And he tells her, like, you don't have to do your job anymore. You can be my wife now. And it's like, I know like, the world that he lives in, that is, like, a good thing for him. But it's the douchiest fucking thing. And he's a huge, smarmy douchebag. The whole time. Like, the whole time. At one point, they learn about, like, oh, hello, Link. It's just hits against the wall. Okay. Oh, shit, it's the Bermuda Triangle with the big old obelisk. I guess this is our next dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's incredible how bad, how many red flags he puts up. It's bad. And then there's also
like the new 2024 Toyota red flag.
Is
exactly.
that your persona?
Not quite.
Oh.
No, I'm not a red flag.
I want to watch Succession, but my dad, my HBO Max is like, it's through my family's account, and something is weird with it, so I can't watch anything. I'm so sad.
Yeah. And then also, if you've seen the Jennifer Coolidge, like, screenshots and memes, it's from White Lotus. Because Jennifer Coolidge plays a character named Tanya.
Are trying to kill me.
Yeah, that's from season 2
Can you
of White
imagine
Lotus.
what kind of natural disasters Link is causing with that
He's
sail?
causing a huge tsunami. Tower of the Gods.
My favorite part is that her husband in the show is played by Uncle Rico
Yeah.
from Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, he looks so familiar, and then I realized it's fucking John Greer.
It's so great. Anyway,
You can't
so
get any wind in here. I guess you can.
but yeah, so the idea is that every single person there, like every scene, every conversation, no one wants to be having the conversation for one reason or another. And it's incredible how you can, like, observe just how, like, for example, like, the dad character played by Steve Zahn is talking to his son about how he had an affair with his wife, or an affair, you know, like, not with his wife, you know what I mean? And, like, his son doesn't want to be there for one reason or another, because
I think
like
you need to understand what an affair is.
yeah, it's like
I don't understand what an affair is.
affair, more like
Affair,
unfair.
isn't that where you go and there's a bunch of rides and food?
Yeah, or like, and
very
neither of them
nefarious.
want to be having the conversation. You know, it's just like, oh my god, ah. But yeah, so we started watching that because we finished Succession, and I love Succession.
Oh, you just started it?
We finished Succession.
Oh no, White Lotus.
Oh yeah. I've only seen season 1.
Oh. Let me know how you think of the season, or the ending of season 1.
I loved it.
You did?
I thought it was very
Have
fun.
you haven't seen season 2?
I've not seen season 2.
It's pretty good. I think I like season 1 better, but I really did enjoy season 2.
Yeah. Anyway, so like, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, and I won't talk too much about it. But like, all that is to say, Aaron and I had a very good time with it.
That's good. It is a very, yeah. It's like, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but if it's your cup of tea, it's a great cup of tea.
I screeched. I like actually yelled. I like panicked. I had a fight or flight moment during a scene in like the penultimate episode where it's, I don't want to spoil it, like 10:26 basically. If you understand that, you know what I'm talking about. Like I screamed.
Yeah. I'm sure, yeah. It's been a while since I watched it.
Yeah, I was just talking
Where
about
would one watch this show?
HBO.
HBO.
Okay. They
HBO.
still have content, huh?
Yeah. You know, like, I think HBO's got some good content. I enjoy
I do too, but they
the-
had better content before.
It's prestige.
I don't know. I think they've had some good shows like Succession and
Succession.
yeah, White Lotus. What else? Oh,
I'm
Barry.
talking about when
Barry's
they just took half the stuff off their
That's
the
bullshit.
platform.
That's so dumb.
My dad did text me one day, and he was like, "Have you heard of Velma? Watching it now, so
Ugh.
good."
Oh no.
And I was like, "No,
Really?
yes."
Dr.
And I was
Dad.
like, "No, he's not even a doctor."
Mr.
I'm
Dad.
Mr. I was like, Bill.
I watched the first episode and it was just irredeemable trash.
Oh, I watched it as a joke with my friends, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell my dad that, like, you know, I'm just gonna let him like live in his little like dreamscape. But I was like, after that one, I was like, Bill, let's not.
Bill. You ever think it's weird when the Bill Nye the Science Guy announcer goes, Bill? Bill? Like, do you think your dad ever gets bothered by that?
They call him Bill Nye. They call him Bill Newmeyer, the science guy. Yeah.
That's epic.
Do
Uh,
they?
Yeah.
Do they really call him that?
Yeah. Well, okay. He runs a couple camps over the summer, and so like, there was one time the theme was like mad scientist, and so he was the mad scientist. So that's.
I think it was a mad scientist. Why is he never a happy scientist?
Because he's a dad and no one's done their chores.
I feel triggered. They're gonna yell at me.
Do your chores. As a reminder, chat, if you have chores you've been putting off and you're watching the stream, you can do the stream and your chores. Don't forget. Make sure you do that. But yeah, like, I really enjoy Succession. Succession is one of my favorite TV shows, and I really, really liked it. And Aaron and I are probably going to go as Shiv and Tom for Halloween.
I do want to talk about my new favorite purchase that I have made,
Okay.
and that is an air fryer.
You bought an air fryer, huh?
Okay, so like I just didn't want a huge one.
Drink water.
And everything like I feel are like so big.
You
And
had
so
the
I
right
found-
idea, Voltage.
I found a 2-quart like small air fryer at Target for
Nice.
$23 or $35, and I was like,
23
this
is not
fake.
35.
It is not 35. Sometimes I get my numbers confused.
Oh, you, the PhD radio ecology.
Am I?
I'm gonna
I
roast.
feel dumb. I'm the only one in here that's not on the way to getting a PhD.
You have made so much, like, you have done so much already.
Exactly.
Like,
I have
you
done
understand programming. And I think that's the most important thing.
That's not really an impressive thing anymore, though. Like, I don't know.
I think
feel like
That's
everyone
impressive
in
to
Meat knows
me.
programming now.
I barely understand a switch statement, so
Absolutely.
your prowess at, oh no, that would have been bad.
Oh,
That could have gone
throw it right
very
into the
badly.
ocean.
That could have gone so badly. Your ability to like just understand programming languages impresses me. Like,
Well, thank you.
I think it's an incredible skill, and like you
Absolutely.
you are not like I'm gonna learn Python to like do this. It's like, no, you take the hard stuff. Don't say C# isn't hard. It is 100% difficult.
C#? You mean C++?
That and C++.
C#. Wait, is that actually a coding language?
C#?
Yeah. C# is the programming language I primarily worked in.
My programming language of choice, right? Well, I work with MATLAB for the most part, but like, I don't mind C++ now. It's not my favorite.
Honestly,
I can live with it. Like, if I have to be a purist, it's C++.
I like R. I like R. R and Python are probably the ones I'm used the most.
Yeah. Have you heard of Verilog, Rune?
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on Verilog?
I don't know much about it.
No? Because like
No.
it came up at our group meeting today, and I was like, I bet Rune knows something about this.
I can learn about it real quick if you want.
Huh. Yeah.
Let's see.
I've heard it's C++ adjacent.
Verilog. Verilog is a hardware description language, the textual format for describing electronic circuit system. Okay, so it's essentially a language for diagramming.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because our
That's like similar to like shit. What do I work with?
This
Oh.
looks really cool.
LT Spice.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense. It's basically using code to describe physical pathing.
Oh, let's. Do you want to like let's have a discussion?
Okay. Fuck. Oh, I bet
That's
I have to
it.
move
We just
through
had a
these
discussion.
blocks. Let's have a discussion.
Let's have a
This
discussion.
was the discussion.
That was it. Good discussion.
Oh, okay, hang on. Okay, I got this.
I could have a discussion.
This is a
How do
cool
y'all
dungeon.
feel about death?
Death? It scares me. But
I'm not familiar with that programming language.
death,
Yeah.
the death programming language.
It's the final one.
Well, it's not an object-oriented programming language, so
Okay, actually, real question. Not to bring down the mood, but I am going to a memorial service this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, would you want to be cremated?
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. I was like take out my organs, use them if they have purpose, and then
never see
Burn
me
me.
again.
I don't
it's
want
like very
worms
spooky,
to eat my
very
corpse.
mysterious.
I am
but you're in a
not.
coffin.
But the coffin
I mean,
won't last
theoretically.
forever.
Okay. Also, the the things that like really interest me the most is like societies,
Yes.
like
Obsession?
not obsession, but like their views on cooking and death.
Yeah.
Because those are two guarantees. You know, you're always gonna have to eat, and you're gonna
always
die.
gonna die.
Yeah.
Not
So
me.
I just
I'm-
think like
I'm
and
gonna
like
live
you know
forever.
like everything that's been the absolutes.
You figured this
For-
puzzle out really fast, Voltage.
Was it? It wasn't that
I mean-
hard. I saw what I needed to do. I just needed to jump across.
No,
the
art
block.
is awful, but
R sucks.
but I like it because I really just don't do anything besides statistics.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry.
Okay, let's figure this out.
I don't know. If you had the choice and you were like, I know I'm
want them
about
to
to
put me
die.
on a boat and light the boat on fire in the middle of a lake. That's what I want my death to be.
Very,
That's,
very
I want a
Viking-esque.
I want a
That's very
Viking funeral
Norwegian of
pyre.
you.
I want a Viking funeral
I
pyre.
told my family to just throw me in a dumpster.
Honestly, that's where I was
Rude.
born. That's where I belong. I wasn't born in a dumpster. I was born in a very loving family.
I was
that
found
lost
under
the-
a rock. I was, it was horrible.
Yeah, like get me a nice little canoe, light it on fire, set me out in the middle of a lake, and you know, that's fine. I think what it boils down to is that like I just don't like the idea of like my body decomposing and worms being just like there and being like crawling and festering with worms. I don't like that idea at all.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, your body would decompose. Your body would decompose long before the coffin.
Right, I understand that. But
Yeah,
like,
that's also like.
what if I?
You ever gone grave robbing?
Have you ever stolen things before?
Okay, have y'all seen Airplane?
Yes.
Is this conversation leading to you asking us to help you with the heist?
No.
I need you to
My
help me.
grandpa just died, so I'm going to the memorial service. This is sorry. It's okay. My parents take a very laissez-faire like approach to like death. Like my
By the way, heads up
Trigger
for
warnings.
people. Yeah, trigger warning for if
trigger
you're
warning,
sensitive
trigger warning,
to death.
trigger warning. Sensitive to death or like pet death.
Oh
and I can
no,
stop.
can't do pet death.
It's not like I'm not like
Oh,
I was
blew
like
up the crate. I'm dumb.
my mom called me to tell me that one of my childhood pets was getting put down. In the middle of the Taco Bell drive-thru. So
there I am.
So there I
Baja
am.
Blast in my lap.
And I'm like, she's also I'm like texting her, and I was like, hey, can you let me know when everything's said and done? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, by the way, Hello Kitty's doing a collaboration with Vera Bradley. And I'm like, Mom, like, there were time and places to tell me things. And like, so my family takes a very laissez-faire kind of like approach to death, where like it's kind of, I don't know. I just think it's interesting. But
Interesting.
anyways, that's why I discuss it. It's just we're having the memorial service for him, and I was just kind of like curious. I'm like, if you could choose, like, what you would want to keep doing it, Voltage. You got it.
I'm gonna make it.
One more time.
Okay.
Okay.
There's got to be a better way to do this. There must be a better way to do
Can you move
this.
it closer?
Yes, there are better ways to do this.
I'm working on them. I'm figuring them
There
out.
are much better ways to do this.
Okay.
Oh, well, there were better ways
I'm
to do
gonna
this.
reset the room. I'm just gonna reset the room. It's gonna be
Wait.
fucked.
Sigma asked if he could join.
Sigma can join. Yeah, okay, Sigma can join. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and then we'll cap it at that.
Heard. But I don't know. I just think it's interesting. You know, death.
Death,
Sigma.
taxes, meaning
All
of
the
life.
essentials.
No, okay, I just want to push it.
The only things you can rely on in life are death, taxes, and yearly Call of Duty releases.
Very true.
So
Madden.
true,
I gotta say, Madden.
Have you tried? I don't know, just getting on.
Are you
Yeah,
fucking
see?
real? I was able to do that the whole time? Oh my fucking lord. Sorry, everyone. Look, Rune says I'm smart
literally
sometimes,
Rune
but
was,
like,
commenting like earlier about like, oh my god, you're like really like going through this dungeon, and then
Sorry,
all of a
I'm-
sudden it takes you like 5 minutes
Look,
to get
look,
a very simple.
I took like 30 seconds to a minute on one of apparently the hardest puzzles in Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I spent 15 minutes on one of the easiest ones.
That's
Was
how
the
my
easy
brain
one, the
works.
triangle
too.
one.
It was
I
the
remember the
it was
triangle
the
one.
arc length one. It's like, okay, I guess I'm kind of dumb. My brain
got
is
that
very
hip action.
is very good at like a very specific set of tasks, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, my solution to a lot of things was just like, let's make a giant bridge.
Fuck! How do I break that? Okay. Let's push this over all the way and see if we can get something going. But this is Sigma. Hi, Sigma. Who are you?
Hello.
Are you
Howdy,
feeling
everybody.
better after 2 weeks ago?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this
But
should
also,
be
I
close.
got sick.
Okay. Put it on the bomb. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, did it.
Wrong. I did the wrong one, though.
Yes, it was the wrong one.
I mean, I think you've got enough bombs.
Yeah,
To be fair.
I'm not worried. I mean, like, it's good that I did a little faffing about. I can understand how this dungeon is kind of annoying with its cycle-based stuff. So you're telling me I literally did all the hard ones and all the ones that is in the wall.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
You want to know something terrible I did? On Sunday nights, I've gotten in a terrible habit. You want to know what that is?
Killing people?
Well, that's a close second, but no. Lately, what I've been doing is I've been going on Zillow, and I've been looking at properties, and last night, I went on Zillow in, like, the Washington, D.C. area, and, like, the Georgetown area, and I was looking at, like, apartments to rent, you know? Like, it's so bad. There are places that are, like, 5 times the amount of money I make in a month, like, for apartments for rent, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. I wish I could live there. You know, like...
The thing is, the houses aren't worth that much. It's just, everything's been conflated.
I know,
Inflated.
it's just like... I have a bad habit now of, like, looking at all of these apartments, and I'm like, wow, these are...
My guilty thing like that is cooking shows.
Real estate is really stupid. I agree, Adam Trebuchet. It's like, what am I supposed to do? I cannot afford you, so I shouldn't be looking at you at all. But yet...
I love home renovation shows as well.
Oh.
White
They're
people
stupid
fixing
and bullshit.
houses.
Property
I love them.
Brothers!
I
think
love
one of the
Property
Property
Brothers.
Brothers is, like, engaged to, is it Leah Michelle?
No, it's Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel, that's who.
Liam Michelle. Very wrong. My mom used to watch so much HGTV growing up, and I used to hate it. And then I like moved out and I got my own place, and I was like,
And then you watched
"You
your
were
own
on to
HGTV.
something. You were on to something."
Yep, I get it.
I get it.
Yeah, I love Property Brothers.
Isn't there a third
White
Property
people
Brother?
fixing houses.
What would you do if you found out that you were related to the property?
I would want an open concept probably.
Hell yeah. Fuck off. Fuck off.
I love how every single one of their clients basically wants the exact same thing. I want the house to be huge, I want an open concept, and I want everything.
What's an open concept?
Is that what?
What is an open concept?
An open concept is when the living room and the kitchen are seamless. There's no wall between them.
Oh.
We're gonna tear down this wall for a more open feeling.
We're gonna put in a wall because... I don't know. I felt like it. What if there's just like a property management show that like the idea... Yeah, you can post the related link. Yeah, the property management show, but it's just like... it seemed like a cool idea, I guess. I don't know. Like, oh, you put in a spiral staircase. Can you explain that one? I mean, like...
We just have a room filled with badgers.
Oh, shit. I have to go back and time it. So oh, that's tricky. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, your dream house. What is this? What is this?
You can go in and pick it up.
No, I know. I'm looking at this floor plan layout. What is this? Quit it, you! This is a terrible floor plan. Look at this. What is this? Huh? Let me.
Now that's an open design.
Now that hold on. Here, I'll put it in the thing for you all. Like, let's have a discussion about this, right? Okay. We got the bedroom number 1 in the maze. The maze, you know? It's a maze. You know, I don't know how to describe it other than like, look, it's the maze, right? It's like right here. Right in the middle.
Is this a tiny house?
I don't know. But then you got the washer room and dryer room, and then you got the chain link fence inside that chain links in bedroom 2. Like, what? What is this? What is this? What is this?
For that.
Huh? What's the deal here? You got a fucking Pizza Hut in the garage? There's a shower, sliding door, bathroom 2. This is hell. This is the worst.
I really hate looking at this.
Where'd you get this? Huh? This ain't your dream home. That's not your dream home. This was apparently a school contest to design the worst floor plan, and this is the one that took first place. I love that there's a chain link fence. Like, that to me just sends it.
The chain link fence, you know, for your preschool era feeling.
Oh, man. I want to play, but I want to feel like I'm back enclosed. You know, I wanna relive the glory days of waiting for Dad to come pick me up. It's like, I wanna relive the glory days of sliding down the elephant ear slide. This is a cool dungeon.
An elephant trunk slide.
Did you ever have a parent forget to pick you up from school?
I didn't, but I had a...
I never had them forget. I had them intentionally not do it.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
That's worse.
Because I was going home with a friend that day.
Oh.
Okay, you.
Someone wanted to be a silly goose.
That is malicious compliance right there. Okay, what did that do? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it. It's like in the middle here, I think. I think it lets me go to the second floor.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, you. I didn't have anyone, I didn't have a parent forget me. I did have, like, a summer sitter forget about, like, the fact that I was at space camp. I went to space camp. And she forgot, and she was coming from, like, the north part of the Twin Cities, and space camp was at, like, Fort Snelling, which is, like, South Metro, so it was, like, an hour for her. So, like, I was just waiting there, basically, for... Or, not an hour, but more like 40 minutes. I was just waiting there for a while, and... It was fine, I didn't mind. Oh, hello. It's an angry... Oh, no. I had my mother forget me. She was having a rough day and decided she needed a nap. She was tired, picking up the phone, so she unplugged the phone in the bedroom. Not ideal. Okay. Well, let's... Not the answer. Oh no, am I disconnected?
No?
Okay, cool.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I was worried for a second that, like... I was worried for a second. It was very quiet, but... no, I've not been forgotten. How am I do?
It's a shame you don't have something that can destroy objects.
Not that. Okay. This.
It's a shame you don't have something that can destroy objects from the inside.
What? I don't.
I guess you just can't get anything in that pot.
That's a pot?
Well, yeah, what does it look like?
Not a pot.
That's clearly not a pot.
What do you stick? Why is this music sounding like the Succession intro?
Do you want me to...
Hold on, let me try and figure this out.
Maybe I don't remember it right. I need to play this game
You're
again.
definitely not remembering it right. You don't have the item for this yet.
I don't have the item for this item.
Yeah, you're right. You don't have the item for this yet.
I don't have the item for this item. Okay, so... What?
You can solve this puzzle.
Let's see.
You just don't have the item to destroy the BMS in the center.
Can I put a bomb down and it is like, hey, let's find out. My mother would say, je t'adore, which means I love you. When she dropped me off, you thought she was saying, shut the door. Oh my god. That's great and also horrendous. Okay, that's not gonna work. Oh, I see it. Yep, okay, I got it. Yep, cool. I got it. I just had to pay close attention.
Wow, it's amazing what happens when you use your brain.
Listen, friendo. I have been using my brain all goddamn day. Down to going to Dick's Sporting Goods and figuring out what is an appropriate amount of golf balls to buy.
Going golfing?
I'm managing a golf tournament, you know? Like...
For the department?
Yeah. Okay, you. Okay, you! Fucking hell. This is a little dumb.
Yeah, I think it wants you to roll to get away from the beam, but it's not fun.
Don't conform to society standards.
That's right. Die in the laser.
Oh, hang on. Want to get my money back. Wait, why can I not get this rupee? Hello?
It's glitched.
Huh?
What?
You can't get it. It's glitched.
So stupid. Glitches in my video game? Ugh.
Glitches get stitches.
I hate this.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
Okay. So, is it just like if it sees me?
Yes.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. It's a Beamos. You might have seen them in other.
No, I haven't, because this is the first 3D Zelda that isn't Breath of the Wild that I've played.
I was gonna say you might have seen them in other 2D games.
Yeah, I haven't seen it when it translates to 3D. Okay. What?
This Vimos is really being a penis face. Do you have a bottle, like a...
I'm just gonna reset the room, honestly. I'm just
Yes,
gonna
lose this
reset
little
it.
progress you've made.
Because I mean, like I know what I need to do now, so I mean, it's not gonna be so bad, and I can kill these rats.
What you need is some health.
I don't need health. I have
That's
money.
fine.
I have
Oh,
my
Voltage
good.
is going crazy
I have
because
my-
he's locked in the rubber room with the rats.
I have. Oh, I'm locked in the rubber rats. Okay, here we go. One down. Good.
Roll, roll, roll out of the way.
These fucking rats are gonna make my day. Okay, come on. Ah, Link is like, I fucking hate some rats.
I love how just expressive and emotional Toon Link is.
Toon Link is a great protagonist because he really characterizes, he captures the vibes that I feel a lot of the time.
What? Fuck this shit?
Yes. Case in point.
You cannot get hit again.
Sure I can.
You can.
Watch me.
The Beamos only takes out.
No, watch me. I'm gonna get
Hold
hit
the
again.
heart.
I'm gonna get hit again. Watch me.
Don't get hit again.
Watch me.
He's not in it. Got it.
Ye of little
Easy.
faith.
Easy first try.
Goated with the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am so...
Worked up white boy.
I'm a quirked up white boy who is goated with the sauce.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm Toon Link, homie.
This
They
sounds like
hate
a
to
Rick
see
and
a
Morty
bitch
sketch.
from Outset Island winning! Oh yeah, we're in the big pot? Pot. Sorry, okay, so you remember how I talked about how my brain just kind of like turns off after a little bit? We have reached that stage. We are there. We are in a society. Okay.
It's cell shaded, so it's a cell society.
We live in society. Okay. There's only one
That was
door
bad. I know.
through which
I'm
I
sorry.
can go. It's okay.
I'm
I
sorry,
forgive
but
you.
I'm not really
You're
that
allowed to
sorry.
still be here. Okay? I'm not gonna kick you out.
Am I?
Yeah. Die, you yellow. Choo-choo, you. Okay. I love that this game doesn't, like, screech at me that, like, I'm low on health. Oh, okay.
All I can imagine now is one of those electric choo-choo with a squiggly tail and a logo that says "I choo-choo choose you."
Nice. I would love that. What's over there?
Choo-choos don't have tails, though.
But they could.
Yes,
Look at those
that would
dipshits.
be the mint
They
that made the joke funny.
died. You're dead. I didn't have to do that.
Nope. But aren't you happy you did now?
Look,
You'll find out that this dungeon is "I didn't have to do that" the experience.
I love that. Okay. Sir. What do we have here besides a little schmetterling? I love this dungeon. I'm revoking my PhD. Well, guess what? I don't have one. So,
That's right, you're just working towards one.
yeah, Trebuchet said that they were going to take away my PhD. Joke's on them. I don't have one. Oh. Just follow
First you had water levels, now you get
escort
the
quest.
escort mission.
I don't mind this. This is fun.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at
a little
him.
statue buddy.
Little statue friend. He's following me.
I'm gonna get you.
You can't get me. I'm walking faster than you.
You look so stupid.
I love him. No, watch out!
No,
It's like
he
one of
doesn't.
those boos that, like, when you look at him, he'll like won't follow you anymore. Oh my god, he threw him off! Oh my god!
I love how when he falls, you're the one that suffers.
Yeah. You let those intrusive thoughts win.
Oh.
Hey, why don't you read the plaque?
I did the things I do for love. Oh.
The plaque means nothing.
Oh, that's right. You'll get the command melody later.
Spoilers, Rune.
I've already seen the game.
I did know that this is the escort dungeon. It's the dungeon where you can get an escort.
Oh my.
I was gonna say, dang.
Would you hire an escort that looked like that?
I mean,
Depends how much they cost.
If they were affordable?
I don't body shame.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
I don't body shame either. I'm asking if you had.
I think
How do I get it over then? It should be throwable. It's a throwable distance, is it not?
Yes. That is not a throwable distance, but you can throw it somewhere.
Oh,
Ooh.
wait. It's...
Ooh.
Okay. Come along. Hang on.
Yes, master. I'm going to suck 3 years off your life.
I'm going to take 3 years off your dick. I'm
That
going.
escalated quickly.
I'm going to. I love the way he just sort of hops. He goes. "Whoop-a-doop-a-doo. Whoop-a-doop-a-dee."
I love how Link is just not intimidated by this thing. Like, Link is a literal child. I'm sorry, Slovakia is a literal child.
Slovakia.
Slovakia is worried about dying at the moment.
Okay. Okay, so we are here.
Yes.
I can throw it somewhere, but
Yes.
do not tell me where. Oh. Hey, stop. Stop it. Don't follow me. Good. Okay. Can I throw it onto that ledge there? You see it? Like it's
No.
the outcrop?
Do you want the answer?
No.
No.
Hang on.
Can you call him towards you?
He's gonna fall off the ledge. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm looking around the room. I'm looking around. I can't throw it up here. As far as I'm aware. This feels very strange. I don't get why you're here. Can I move you off? Can I get rid of you? I don't want you. I want you to get away. It would be really cool if you would, like, you know, be really cool and, like, go away. Because that would be where I would want to throw it. But that's not where I'm going to throw it. Let's see. What else? What are my other options? And I can't pick you up and throw you. Hang on. Let's see how far I can throw you. That looks really close. Like, I should, in theory, be able to throw it. Let's see. Okay, so if I can throw it from here to the green, then I should be able to throw it. Okay, yeah, it's not far enough, but it's very close. So here's what I'm going to do. Can I throw it in such a way? Okay, so that will land. Okay, that's good. So watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Okay. Problem solved.
Well, you found a solution that's not the intended one, I think.
You found a solution
Oh
for
my
sure.
There we go.
That was
Easy peasy.
impressive, actually.
Easy peasy.
That was
Yeah.
kind of impressive.
I'm pretty sure how that works is you're supposed to throw it onto the glowing platform.
my soul know with you at least.
I love how he just looks at you like, the fuck?
Seriously?
Not again, bro.
Not
Seriously?
again, bro.
Okay. Okay, so you see the first time it was practice. It was practice, right? Ah!
Oh! Let go. Let go.
I won't let go. I'll never let
Let
go. Okay. What was the way you were supposed to do it?
Throw it onto the platform.
What platform?
The glowing rainbow
one right up
platform.
to you.
You could throw it on top of
Rainbow.
Well, you never did it, so you didn't know.
that? Well, I'm epic.
I'm built diff.
I'm built different. You can also just hop while carrying it. Look, I don't trust... Look, if I were carrying, like, a 60-pound... That's not 60 pounds. That's like... Okay, if I was carrying, like, an 100-pound little stone obelisk, right? I would not try to jump across a pit with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're not 10-year-old Slovakia.
You're right. I'm not 10-year-old Slovakia. But I think I'm stronger than 10-year-old Slovakia. I'm gonna be real. Like, I see my physical capabilities to be a little bit better than his.
I believe my physical capabilities are better than Slovakia's as well.
Slovakia would beat me up really good.
I could beat up Slovakia. I could defeat a child if I put my mind to it.
Okay, how many children do you think you could defeat before
How old are
you
they?
couldn't defeat them
How old
anymore?
are they?
Let's
How old
say,
are
let's say, 8-year-old child.
Okay, what is defeating them?
Defeating them is defeating them. It is a flexible
Like-
term.
Murder?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It is a
Like, am I
flexible
just like
term.
knocking them unconscious? Or they're like, I'm done.
It is whatever you,
You know what?
consider
I would
to be
go-
defeating.
I would go with like the D&D route, or I would just like wreck their lives, like vicious mockery. You know, I would be like, your mother never loved you, or like nobody
It's like
loves you.
I saw Sean Chiplock make a post to someone who was trolling English voice actors, and they said, "I'm gonna sleep with your mom so they'll have a child they actually like."
Damn.
Fuck.
Oh man.
That's me in the corner.
All right, Hank Hill. Good to know.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spot. Light.
I sell Deku Leaf and Deku Leaf accessories.
Alright, I will save the game. Losing my religion.
One of my internships, I used to watch a bunch of King of the Hill.
Dude, King of the Hill's
I just
fun.
I like just like watching stuff as I work. You know, it's just like nice like background, and so it's
Sure.
like, you know. But I've been watching a lot of Vanderpump Rules lately.
Yes.
My
A lot of
background
what?
show. Vanderpump Rules.
Also, I have the biggest freaking crush on Lisa Vanderpump. That is a beautiful woman for being like 63 or 62.
I'm not familiar with that.
She is like, she was on the Real Housewives of Beverly
Notre Dame.
Hills, and she owns a couple
Real
restaurants in
Housewives
LA.
of Notre Dame. Sorry.
I'm not
But-
familiar with that one either.
They all ring bells.
But yeah, no, and then like she's like really big
You could
proponent
say
of the gay
that
community.
doesn't ring a bell.
She loves dogs, and she's
Okay.
hot.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I can handle anyone who doesn't love dogs.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I think dogs are okay. I just think all pets are okay. I don't know. It's like people that like people are like, I guess like maybe it's different like with like children, and you're like once you have one of your own, you're like, oh my god, you know. But like, I don't know. I just like,
It's the purity.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate
Okay.
children. Children
To
are
be
little
fair-
shit goblins.
they are.
Would you
Okay,
call
to be
them
fair, I just,
shoblins?
No, I said shit goblins.
Yeah, but would you call them shoblins? Like shit goblins?
Shoplin these
Yeah,
days.
Shovel.
sure, I could go with that.
Okay, you. Okay, so I'm trying to
Alright,
control
yo.
this motherfucker. Nope. Nope. Here we go. Okay, Linko. There's nothing that you can control. What? What are you talking? What are you? Oh wait, hang on.
You need to.
Come on. I like how he
There
goes.
you
Come on.
go.
I like how he goes. Come on.
Let's go. It kind of looks like a rabbit from this angle.
Not from this angle.
From this angle, it looks like
It looks like it's
Link has
back
some
up.
issues. Link got into all of the crack.
Oh no, Link, you got into all the crack. Dude, at least it's not Elegy of Emptiness.
Oh.
I know the Ben drowned story. I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying?
So how are you?
Wait,
You need to get that statue.
oh, no, I get it. I get it. No, I get it. I get it. I know what I did wrong.
Do you? Do you know what you did wrong? Because I feel we need to drill it into your head a few more times.
I know what I needed to do, and I didn't do it quite right the first time. I understand what must be done. I am an individual who is capable of deep thinking. I am capable. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm rich. I am that bitch. But then how do I get it? I can get one. Oh yeah, I can friggin' catapult myself off. Never mind, sorry. I'm brain no good when after 9. Sorry. Brain no function good after 9 p.m. Eastern time, which happens to be the time it is right now. In fact, it's almost 10.
It's like double brain not function well.
Brain no good brain, huh? Do you ever have those moments where you're just like, ah, shit?
Yes.
What do you mean? I don't need your hint. Okay. Don't worry, you can leave them behind, and they'll be fine. They'll wait. As someone said,
Here's my non-hint.
it's better to be healthy and rich than it is to be poor and sick. You're so right.
That's what?
It is better to be healthy and sick, rich than poor and sick. Yes, I agree.
Yes, that is factual information.
That is factual and waxual.
I've always loved the phrase "money can't buy happiness," and then the follow-up. But I'd like to try and find out.
Oh no, it's a dark nut.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go well.
It's gonna go great. Watch this. Uh-oh. I don't think that's gonna work. But I do know...
I think.
How many tries do you think it will get Voltage to defeat this boss?
I don't know. 3.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with 2.
2? Think 2?
I have 8.
I think that if they can figure out the trick, they'll be able to do it without getting hit. But I don't think patience is. Oh, maybe.
I have a thought. Good luck, I'm going to go with just one. Just one.
Just one.
That'll work. Okay, what am I doing?
Now you're just.
What am I doing?
That's just stupid.
What am I doing? Watch this. Nope, that's the button.
I'm laughing so hard.
Come here, come here, come here, come here! Oh! Okay. If I knock over pillars, I can get them to fall on top of it.
Admittedly, an interesting strategy.
Come at me.
That's so stupid.
This is some fucking Scooby-Doo bullshit.
When she says come over, but her parents are still there.
Do you want a hint?
No.
Let the man figure it out room.
I was just playing around, you know, I was just having a good time with it. What can I say? I
do like how his tits jiggle whenever you picked up the...
That was not hard. You all thought I wasn't gonna get it.
I believed you.
I was
first
literally just like fucking around, and then I killed it on like the first time. Look at me,
But
now I
We
got a
all
big
knew
sword.
you would get
Look at me,
it, but
I'm
if we
fucking
didn't
Cloud
bet,
Strife.
It wouldn't have been suspenseful.
I'm Cloud Strife, and I'm hosting SNL. There was a Robot Chicken sketch where Cloud Strife hosted SNL.
There was
Like-
a Robot Chicken sketch where Cloud Strife worked at a Subway.
I'm not going crazy, right? Like, there was a Robot Chicken where Cloud Strife hosted SNL, or he had the line, I'm Cloud Strife, and I'm hosting SNL, or like something like that, right? Like, I'm not crazy. I can't find
There's one where he worked at a Subway.
I got the bow! Oh, yeah. I'm so... Oh my god, oh my god. I'm so bad.
So, at the summer camp I'm working at,
Yeah?
I was pulled as a counselor last week because we are very understaffed with it being the last few weeks. And I got to go to archery for the first time this entire summer, and I've never, ever shot a bow before, and it was like the most fun thing I've ever had doing.
Hell yeah.
I was just like, oh, I really like it.
My good pal Artie, she rides a horse and shoots a bow. It's like one of the coolest fucking things ever.
Do you think she could ride a bow and shoot a horse?
No, she saves that for a cowboy. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. You know, that hit country song.
I've tried archery before. I was exploring it at one point as a way of doing therapy for my arms to try and strengthen them, to get over all that. So I went to a class locally, and first 30 minutes I'm like, yeah, I don't have the strength for this.
Archery is like forearm strength, and it's wild.
It's incredibly hard.
You.
Because I thought, you know, hey, this is something that can strengthen me, and it's a really interesting athletic thing to do.
I needed a heavier bow.
Do you use the carbon tungsten oxidate?
I have no idea what the bows were. There was just only a few to choose from at the camp, and the one with the heaviest drawstring strength was too light for me.
It's because you're friggin' 6'4" and muscular as hell. Am I wrong?
I mean,
I love Link. I love Toon Link. He is my favorite. Look at him. Look at him. He's like, oh. Whoa, dude. Oh, shit. Smells kind of like a rat crap over here. Ah. Dude, Toon Link rules. Okay.
I just imagine if all the Links got together, Toon Link is the one that's like really vulgar and throws curses around.
He would be like, yeah, he would. Ooh.
Which Link would you want to hang out with the most?
Toon Link.
Mine's Twilight Princess.
Okay, well, yeah, because he's a wolf boy.
Yeah.
mine's easily the one that does Link to the Past, Link's Awakening.
Toon Link would be my best friend.
I don't know. I don't want to hang out with the Link's Awakening one. I mean, he's essentially a serial killer.
Aren't they all
I wasn't
serial
finished yet. Yes, they are all serial killers.
Okay, but which serial killer would you want to hang out with? I think I would hang out with Ted Bundy. He seems cool. This
Probably
is a bit...
none of them, because I'm a woman.
True. True.
Oh, we're the serial. We have that podcast.
Hey, don't fucking tell them about that.
I don't know any serial killers
That you know of.
that I know of.
The Triforce. What's that doing here, hmm? The wind? I got a wind? I'd have to go with Skyward Sword Link because then you get to meet Groose!
Gross.
Grace.
Groose is
Hello.
pretty great.
I'm Grace. Ew. Ew. Alright, well.
Groose is one of the best characters that has come out of the Zelda franchise.
Oh no, they've turned evil.
Oh wait, and then I throw a bomb in their mouth.
Oh shit.
Would
I've
you-
been watching. I started watching Peaky Blinders, so I'm just talking to
What's your take
open
on
their mouths. I've seen only one episode, and I thought it was pretty good. But I also like Cillian Murphy, so like.
He's pretty epic. I love that he's Irish, except the fact that, again, it's a really weird, unfortunate fact that, like, my mom's side of the family has a lot of their ancestors from the northern parts of Ireland and the British Isles and also the United Kingdom, and Aaron's family's all from the southern part of Ireland.
Oof.
Yeah.
Are you going somewhere with the tune here?
No.
What do you mean?
Okay.
No, I was just, like, dancing around the fact that, like, our ancestors would
You're
be
kind
like,
of mortal
very mad at
enemies.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I primarily identify as Norwegian, of Norwegian heritage, so.
I don't even know what I am. I think I'm part German.
I'm mostly German. I'm a little British.
Yeah. I'm mostly American, if I have to be honest. But like, the Protestant Catholic Irish versus the Catholic Irish. Like, the Irish part of me is only about like 12.5%. And like, you know, when you're getting into that specific thing, the predominant heritage line is Norwegian for me. I have some Swedish, I have some British, I have some Irish, Scots-Irish.
That's Swedish.
I do have a Swedish. I'm a
I do
potato.
enjoy the
I
Swedish.
thought about taking one of those DNA tests that
I-
tell you, but I've heard they're full of shit.
My mom has taken one, and that's how I found out that I am as, like, British as I am. I thought she was way more Swedish than she was, which was like, oh, really? But I'm kind of French.
I don't know. I've heard that, like, weren't they caught basically just making up a bunch of results on some of those?
Like, maybe. I think the biggest thing is that I just don't like the idea of, like, my genealogy and, like, my... I don't like a lot of that DNA testy stuff in a space where could be sold as data. Like, I just don't need that. Like, I'm all... Okay, fucking hell. I'm all for the idea of, like, tracing your lineage and your heritage, but, like, I am fortunate enough to have pretty well-documented family genealogy. So I don't feel like I have to do a DNA test to be like, I am in fact Norwegian. I am in fact Swedish. I am in fact from, like, Europe. I mean, I'm white. You know, like, that's basically what it boils down to.
No, I
Like,
feel that though. It's like
I don't feel like I don't feel like I need to expand upon that too much. And I know I'm a Scandinavian boy. So,
I also know that whatever you are has no depth perception.
hey, that's my fucking eyes.
so. Oh my god.
Joke's on you, I only have one eye.
Damn.
Boom,
I wish
got
one
him.
is
How do I get over there? It's the real-
Well, I know that my family, beyond my dad, like on my dad's side,
yeah.
my dad's mother and above were just completely illiterate, so they
That's
did not document shit.
Okay. Yeah, I know, we have a lot of, like, family registries and everything, because, like, I know that, some of my older relatives, they emigrated from Europe and ended up in Ohio and then eventually in Colorado. And, I know that some of them mainly moved to southeast Minnesota. There I am going to get my left and right mixed up again. I don't need to be over here. I don't know why I kind of just, like, sequence broke again. By shooting that arrow way up at the top.
You
So,
do remember that you can fly on the leaf, right?
Yeah, but I love falling with style, so... Okay, and then I gotta figure out how to balance it so that I can get... But, like, you know, I know for a fact that we have, my dad's side is almost entirely, like, Norwegian immigrants because of the fact that, like, they have very well-documented genealogy. Like, I just know this for a fact. I know this to be true. I've seen the documentation. I've seen the census reports, right? Like, I know this to be true. Whereabouts in Norway, I couldn't tell you exactly. I know that there was a family farm that we sold because it remained in our family, but, like, you know, no one was there, and it was like, what else are you gonna do with it? So I know that that exists, and that was sold in the last 5 years. And I think it was, like, in near, outside of Oslo. You know, like, that's it. That's it. I couldn't tell you any more than that. So, but that is the genealogy that I know to be for sure legitimate. And in that regard, like, I don't feel the need to take a 23andMe as a result, because I know that most of it's going to be that, and then anything more than that is just getting, like, pedantic. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, so can I do that? Yes, cool. Nope. Come along. Come on! So yeah, like, and I think, again, like, ultimately, I'm white. I know I'm from Scandinavia. I know I'm from, like, Northern Europe. I'm Gallic, okay? I'm not, like, the cool parts. If I wasn't born in this time of eras, I'd have shit eyes, shit teeth, and I'd probably be working in mud, eating fish out of the ground. You know,
So true, bestie.
like, I don't know what to tell you. I would be a dirty, smelly boy. I don't want the man. I want to know my genetic anomalies. That's true. Genetic anomalies. Oh, whiz robes. Ew. Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off.
Yep, no worries.
But thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Have
thanks
a good
for
rest of your
tagging
stream.
along.
I'll chat with you later. Bye.
Unfortunately, I may need to head to bed soon too.
For sure. All good. I gotta figure out where the heck to go with this guy. I gotta figure out this puzzle. That's not the solution. It's okay, though. Okay.
Wow, Dad.
Yeah. Anyway, all that to say, Mom took the 23andMe and had, like, very few, if any, genetic concerns, you know? And I think that that's good enough for me. Like, if she doesn't have any...
Hamster mean on this line?
Sorry?
What does hamster mean on this line here?
Oh, yeah. My mother was a
Genetic
hamster?
concerns.
My father has got this line here. It says he smells of elderberries?
I'm glad you got the joke.
This is my favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah, like, as a kid, that was, like, my favorite friggin' movie because, like,
It was a fun movie.
it's a really good movie, and I was like, I like this movie a lot because it's funny and slightly immature, but also not. And, like, it was the movie that, like, my parents were like, I don't know. And I'm like, I want to watch it. And they were like, I don't know. And I was like,
I don't know if you're old enough.
And I watched it for my 13th birthday. It was one of my favorite movies. So we might watch it. I might make Aaron watch it at some point on movie night. Because we've been doing, like, movie nights. Aaron and I recently watched a movie, a 2008 movie called The House Bunny, with Anna Faris as a Playboy bunny who supposedly gets kicked out of the Playboy mansion. I should have just carried it and jumped across with it. But, and the whole idea is that, okay, I have to redo the whole dang puzzle. Is that, look, it's a Playboy bunny, but then she goes and becomes a house mother at a sorority. And it's one of those movies where the biggest stakes are that, oh no, the bitchy sorority girls are going to close our sorority, and it's no good. And, like, oh no. the climax of the movie is literally like, wow, we saved the sorority house, hooray! You know, like,
Now we can cover the walls in boxes of soda or beer.
yeah, yeah, and I'm just like sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, man, none of the, it's also really funny because, like, Kat Dennings is in the movie as, like, a character. She's wearing an oversized hoodie and, like, has piercings, and I'm like, this character is not into boys. Like, this person would use they, them pronouns in the modern age. It's like, it's so just amusing how it's like, oh yeah, none of them are into guys. Like, none of these girls would be into guys. They're just, like, going along with it. It's really funny. I am doing a little stereotyping, so maybe that's not exactly what I mean. What I mean to say is that it's just very amusing how, like, the not conventionally attractive being made over into a conventionally attractive character. It's like, well, maybe this is, like, how they actually are, and, like, the expressions, and, like, some of these expressions are things that you might see of people who are not cis or straight, to put it very simply. You know what I'm saying?
You can't say those words.
I could say cis and not, and trans, and straight and not straight, and queer.
Oh yeah, we're not on Twitter.
Yeah. Look, I mean, like, I mean this out of a place of, I do not mean this out of a place of disrespect. That's,
No, I know. I was being silly because Twitter's stupid.
yeah, Twitter dumb.
It's not Twitter.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
X stupid. X is really dumb. I'm ace, so we have all the diversity points. Hell yeah, that's good. Like, it's just amusing to me that it's like, everyone in this movie is straight, I promise. You know, like, I don't know about that one movie. I don't know if you could really say that. Okay, so let's figure out what we're doing. Pick one of you up.
Alright, I need to head off to bed.
Yep, no worries. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for
Y'all
joining.
have a good time.
Yeah, thank you for your assistance and your color
Bye-bye.
commentary. Bye-bye. Yeah, I mean, like, the House Bunny, like, I watched it and I was like, this is funny. But it was like, you know, the stakes are very low and it's just sort of like, it's funny, kinda. It's whatever, kinda. You know, like, it was not Oppenheimer. Let's put it that way. Like, it was silly in the way that the Barbie movie was silly. You know? Like, it was just a silly little movie. Okay. How do I get rid of you? What if I were to just... What if I just did this? No. And then I just do... And then I just do that. And then I just do that. Yeah. Like, I get it. Yeah, cool. That worked. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of you know, movies are very interesting to watch. I appreciate that Erin is showing me a lot of, like, her movies and that she likes, but I have decided that because Uncle Rico was Jennifer Coolidge's love interest in White Lotus, the next movie we're watching is Napoleon Dynamite. I have not seen Napoleon Dynamite in many years, you know? Like, I think the last time I watched it was in middle school, and I was like, oh, this is funny. So, it's that. My favorite movie as a kid was sorry, I don't think I could pronounce this. Koyaanisqatsi. I did not leave a normal childhood. Koyaanisqatsi. Okay. Can I just get rid of that? I can. Okay, cool. Great. The more you know. Not quite. I love the sound that the arrows make when you miss. It's like a stick hitting another piece of wood, or a stick hitting a rock. Like, I love that. Okay.
Haha! You think you're slick? You think you're cool? You are not cool. I am.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. I feel bad that I'm shooting the bird point blank, but like, you know, it's trying to hurt
so
me.
bad.
And castle doctrine applies to castles even that aren't mine. So like, it's whatever. I'm defending my property. My property is my body. I don't actually believe in castle doctrine. I have a firearm. My firearm, a bow and arrow. Anyway, boss time. I could do a boss. I could do the boss. Maybe I'll save. I'm kind of brain dead. You can tell, right? Like, I definitely just sound very like, eh. I'm like Denki Kaminari when he fucking discharges himself. I think I'm gonna save the boss for next week. I'm kind of tired. You know, I don't want to have stream dreams.
A little bit.
I don't want to have stream dreams. I think we're good. I think this is a great place to be like, let's stop right here. And when I reload the game, it's going to put me at the bottom, isn't it?
Most likely.
Oh, no. It'll be fine.
Do you have the teleport pods open, or are there no one?
I don't think there are teleport pods in this one. But whatever. Let's figure out who we are going to raid tonight. Thank you for streaming. Well, thank you for tuning in. Because, like, I like to stream. I think streaming is really fun. How does Hoodie have 30 viewers? Holy shnikes. Hoodie doesn't need my help.
Idea.
I'm going to send you all to my friend Yudo. Yudo's playing Final Fantasy 14, and they need the viewers. So, right now, more than Hoodie. So, we're going to raid Tayoshi Yudo. They're a VTuber, good friend of mine. They do good stuff. They are a good pal. Brain is discharged is going to be the raid message. Because that's how I'm feeling right now. It's like, woo-wee. So, I'm going to send you all there. It'll be good. And thanks again for tuning in. Sigma, thanks for joining me. Thanks to Runa and Jillian for joining me as well. Thursday, we're going to probably beat Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, so tune in for that, maybe.
Ooh.
After I finish Superstar Saga, I'm going to be playing Earthbound. So, get excited.
I am excited.
Poggers.
Have you played it before?
No, I have not. So, yeah, that's epic. Anyway, see you later. Okay.